Okay, good evening, everybody. This is your Auntie Kim coming back at you live for the 99 and the 2000s. And of course, I got my girls here. Here she go. But yeah, I got my girls here. I had to bring them back because, of course, we have to do the thing. And this was
Hi,
brought into
ladies.
fruition since last time we all got to see. She came on here so cute. Hi, Miss
Yes.
Coffee. Oh, she looks so cute. Is that why you're late?
No, I had to get
Mhm.
tea.
Oh, poor baby. Don't get sick on me. But
No,
yes,
look,
it's
I
your
had to make
auntie.
some
We
tea.
we had to do this again. We had to do this again because these young ladies showed up and showed out last time, and actually people requested, "Ooh, when y'all gonna do that again?" So of course we've done it again, and we gonna try to do it as much as they want to. But tonight we have the four ladies. Yes, yes, Miss Coffee.
I just wanted you to know that I got the mic.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Mine
And
coming.
and Miss Aisha that likes to dip about the room. She getting hers. When you said yours is coming, her mic is coming
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Mine will be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow is
But I'm
showing
on the
up.
phone this time.
Okay, okay, I got you because I wanted to make sure everybody can be heard,
Yes.
and so of course this is going to be a very passionate conversation. So Miss Aisha, um, we can't talk over Miss Aisha because she has a soft voice and no microphone. Since all of us are pushing microphones,
Y'all
so we
can't
have
hear
to
me? My
remember.
mouth ain't loud?
I don't know about South now.
I'm about
Okay,
to say, my mouth loud, baby.
no, I'm just talking about how.
Aries.
No, I'm saying how when you're on the phone, it scatters your voice when you get louder, so we may not be
Gotcha.
able to hear
Oh,
that you're talking. So we want to make sure we watch out what Aisha got going on because she doesn't have a microphone to project her voice the way we need to. But
okay.
I thank you ladies for coming tonight. And I had to do this here. Oh, hey, Miss Malika, thank you for coming in the room. Um, I just wanted to thank you girls for coming in and having this discussion with me because, you know, I don't know if it's just me, but on the internet every day, the interactions between men and women, young people and old, when it comes to women is so it's more negative than positive nowadays. Everybody's pulling from women and our experience and our love and our light and all these things. And but that is not what is projected back to us. And so I was watching I can't say who it was, but I was watching a video today of a young man that was saying that he got rid of all his internet. He's just off of social media. Other than maybe he runs a business page that someone else runs for him. But he said I got off the internet. He said because when you go into rooms, that's love. People love you back. People speak. People are hi. How are you doing? They want to work with you. And he said, but when you come on the internet, all they throw at you is hate. And I thought of what the element is because number one, they can't beat your ass in public. 99.9% of people, they don't want to fight you. They don't want to see you. They don't want to talk to you the way they talk to you on the internet because they know if you're standing there in front of you and they say some mess like that, they're going to have to deal with the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I feel about women. We get so much negativity. And I know we're not the only ones that get negativity, but from our point of view, I'm talking about what we deal with. And one of the things that irks me the worst is about sex and the way they view us. Um, One of the things I cannot stand is like right now the conversation about abortion. Um, Another thing I cannot stand is about our rights to vote. I cannot stand the way people talk about black women as if they're over sexualized and when really it's not that we're overly sexual. It's just that that's the only time you pay attention to us because we're educated, we're nurturers, we're business owners, we're a lot of things. But the only thing that people support when it comes to black women is the sexual side of us, which gives people a prism view of us like that's all we do.
Mm-hmm.
And then they blame us for that. They blame us for their limited look or their limited view of us. We get blamed for that. So, one of the things I wanted to cover tonight, was sex. And just to make it easier for y'all, I wrote down the things I wanted to cover. And what we want to do is, so we get as much information out here as possible, is I'm going to bring up a subject. You make your comment on that subject. We discuss it together, and then we'll keep it moving. So when I say, oh, we're going to move on, it's just so we can get as much covered as possible. So
Okay.
anybody can chime in. I'm not doing no orders. Anybody can chime in. But name a stereotype that people have for women, whether it's women of color, women in general, just a stereotype that you've run into that is false, and why is it false?
Hmm.
If you want me to start, I'll start.
I
But I
have
want
one.
y'all to start.
Oh, okay.
I have one. Um, they think that most of us all have babies by different men.
Mm.
You're gonna freeze. Say it again.
They think a lot of us single mothers have
Mhm.
babies by different men or was never married.
Yeah.
I got that a lot. And I
Yeah.
was married and had children by the same man at a young age.
Horrible.
Yeah. And it's not that there aren't women out there. We understand that there are.
Mhm.
But a lot of it in our community is not because that's what we wanted.
I
Oh
can
yeah,
answer that also.
I'm gonna go out here and find me several dudes to have babies. That is not our intention. But they
Can
never
I
take into account the history. But go ahead. And I
I
need
mean
you to bring the history.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna expound on that because what men and people don't understand in general, that a lot of times when you see a woman that has two children by two different men, if you speak to her, 90% of the time she was engaged to the first one,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
There's a little bit of distance, and then she gets into another relationship, and
Repeat.
it's right. It's like a promise again, and it's like, oh, I fell short again. At that point, a lot of times you automatically judge as being loose, or
Yeah.
So that's women don't start out that we weren't raised for that. We were actually raised to look for the knight in shining armor. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because another thing I can't stand is they fault the woman for another person's behavior. Like, you wouldn't have been in that predicament if you had found somebody that was worth anything.
mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. You could be the best man, the best woman ever. You still have no control over a person's right to leave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's nothing you can do. It's women out here that are educated, that are married, that have that cook, clean, take care of kids, birth babies, the whole nine, and man is still cheat and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
You cannot hold a woman accountable for the actions of someone else. She can only be accountable for herself and how she conducted herself in that situation. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not saying all women are angels in situations, because some of them do go out there and put themselves in predicaments to be in the hole that she's in. But people never take into account that, was she lied to?
Mm-hmm.
Was she fed a bunch of stories that she believed because she
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
took you at face value as being honest? Did that happen? They never take any of that into account. They just say, "Up, you got cheated on. Your fault."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, no, I don't know of no woman that really wants to raise a bunch of kids by herself. I don't know of none.
Unfortunately, women do that to other women too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And I think
it's go ahead.
Malika Brown, she has a good point
Mhm.
about, because I'm 32. And
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people, like, when you're going to have kids, I feel like everyone don't want kids either. Not that
Yes.
I'm just saying, not every woman wants to have a child. Not every woman wants to be a mother. And that's okay. I feel like that's important too. Like, we don't all have to have children. Maybe we're
Yeah.
just good at being aunties. Maybe we're just good at being, not everyone wants to have kids. So I feel like that's a big thing too. Like, oh, you 32, it's time for you to give it up.
Yeah.
and your value is not determined
Right.
by if you have children or not.
Because
Yeah.
my grandma had her kids like at 40 and 50. So
Yeah. Because medical advancements now, they don't give you the death wish that they used to, like back when they say when you're 35 you can start having Down syndrome babies, just to
mm-hmm.
scare women. And it was just like, oh, come on. Diana Ross was popping out some gorgeous babies
Right.
late in her 40s.
Halle
So
Halle
of course
Berry.
we understand to be
Mm-hmm.
aware, but
Yeah.
don't automatically make the woman seem like, oh, you about to start getting having some retarded babies, scaring
Mm-hmm.
women and down rating babies. So um but my thing is and that's the same thing with being married. If a
Oh yeah.
woman is not married, I when I told I came online one day, this was like 15 years ago, and I said I don't never want to be married. I've been engaged twice. I said I never want to be married, and it's not because I didn't feel like I could have a fruitful relationship, of a fruitful marriage. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that I'm selfish now,
So yes,
because the
baby.
years that I gave love, concern, my energy, time, I saw what they did with it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw how they valued it. And I got to the point where I have no more time to waste on this earth. If God says so, because whatever God has for you is going to happen, period. No matter what your choices are.
Mm-hmm.
So my decision was, I don't want to be married. As soon as I said that, oh my God, they was like, what's wrong with you? You
Mm-hmm.
must not want to get married because you can't get married because you're fat, or you this or you that, or you look. There's some ugly fat folks out there getting married, already married, been married.
Okay, been
That ain't
married.
the reason not to get married. Don't say you're dumb out loud. Be dumb quietly. The way I used to come at them, I'm like, I can't deal with that, because you have only so many years on this earth, and a lot of us do not want to spend being a litmus tester forever dingling out there, hoping that you'll love me in return. Number one, I'm not trying to deal with it going to the clinic every other month.
Not just only the clinic. Of course, the clinic is one thing, but people also have to think of things that's deeper on
Yes.
like a spiritual level,
Mm-hmm.
which are soul ties. Not only that though, but the woman's womb, like you carry excessive baggage and things like that, dealing with different men that are
Mm-hmm.
hurt and stuff. Like it's deeper than
Yep.
like you said, health is definitely very important, but it's also some other stuff that goes along with,
Yep. Soul
like you
ties and
said,
all
being
that.
dipping different men and things like
Yeah.
that. It's some spiritual stuff that attached to you that
Mm-hmm.
you don't want no attachments to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
the horror stories, and especially if you're like me, I live in a relatively small town, and everybody's dating each other, and I don't have time for that. You sit up here, and I'm tell you, one time it scared me. I met this guy, and he started wanting to talk to me, and come to find out he was a family member's baby daddy. I was like,
Mm.
Wow.
no, this is too recycled for me. No, thank you. And I I I came to the decision to be celibate because of what those soul ties that Aisha was
Mm-hmm.
talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I had the people that, okay, let's say it. I had my whole years. I was around here thumping. You hear me? And I had to get rid of those spirits
Mm-hmm.
of those people, because when people get with you with ill intentions,
Mm-hmm.
you end up with that burden when they
Yeah.
leave,
It's gonna follow you.
because you have to heal from that. And whether it took me a couple of years or 15 years or 17 years, I decided to be celibate for however long I want to, because this is
Mm-hmm.
my one life.
Yep.
And I
Yeah.
was not finna use my vagina as a trash can.
Mm.
A lot of young ladies, they do it, and my hat's off to them. But I had beautiful women coming to me broken. Auntie, I don't know what to do. I'm talking about suicidal at the be. I've been to jail trying to protect one
Mm-hmm.
of my friends that was married. Her husband put her through a wall, and I went over there to save her and them kids out of that house, and I didn't care how I did it. Went to jail for it, but the end result was okay.
Right.
Um, But my thing is that the relationship that is meant for me will come for me when
Mm-hmm.
it comes, without me using my own power and hoping for the best. Because people moral standards have changed, they're lower, they're
Mm-hmm.
scattered, they don't,
Mm-hmm.
and they have no remorse for the things that they do to people.
Nope.
And I mean,
No
you get people
accountability
on
either.
here. Go ahead.
There's no accountability either.
None.
It's very
And
disposable.
Yes.
yes.
I say that now we're so in such a disposable state of mind.
It's like a fast food life.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, and I talk about that all the time with, I have young adult children, and they even talk about it,
Yeah.
and they're like, man, everything's so disposable. Nobody wants to work at anything. Nobody wants to build anything. You have one hump in the road, it's throw it away. I don't want it and walk away from it. But people don't realize if you're being intimate with that person, you're not walking away from it scot
No.
free. You're
No.
still carrying the baggage of each other's hurt because y'all have a soul tie. And like I
Mm-hmm.
say, I always speak in reference to women because we are the receivers,
Deceivers.
the men are
That's
the
Yes.
right.
givers. So I
We
feel like we
carry it.
hold we hold more
Carry.
of a lot more pain, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot other emotional baggage and stuff because it's our wound. The
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
entering into the wound. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah, and I can relate. Going back to what you said about being broken, I was broken.
Yeah.
I am very transparent. I was a
Yeah.
teen parent. I didn't know what I was doing, and I got
Yeah.
pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I had my first child at 14 and a half, which is
Mm-hmm.
Mimi. And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. You know what I'm saying? It was number
You
one
a
because I
child
was emotionally
yourself.
immature. I was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was emotionally immature, and so I didn't know really what sex was. It was more of
Yeah.
a peer pressure type thing. Well, you ain't doing it, y'all. Everybody
Something
doing
wrong
it. And
with
the
you.
crazy thing about
Mm-hmm.
with my baby girl, I got pregnant, and I used the condom. You know what I'm saying? So it even was I wasn't even out here, like just totally lost,
Yeah.
and I that broke me at a young age, and then it just seemed like it became a cycle, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
of certain serious situations I was in where my feelings was hurt, you
Yeah.
know and I had to take, like you said, sit down, take time, be celibate, and be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, I gotta learn how to love me more,
Yeah.
self-love.
Cause I'm
So
I'm I'm gonna tell you, going like it was hard for me, honestly and earnestly, going into something with a clean idea of what I'm gonna be in this conversation or this relationship. I'm not going in there with no ill will. It was too many
mhm,
people out there with such ill will. I'm gonna get what
Mm-hmm.
I want out of this. I don't care nothing about her and her feelings. And I started picking up on that because the thing was, excuse me, I would pick up on it so early and I was scared because I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not for no good reason. I had one young man I was dating. I thought I was dating. Um, that I flipped the script on him. He came and thought I was gonna be, he gonna sleep with me and then gone on about his business. And I caught him. I said, I know what this little dude is doing. He just trying to get some quick tail and get on about his business. I got something for him. Cause I at that time I was I was scar tissue.
Mm-hmm.
My whole aura was nothing but scar tissue. And so I started doing them
like they do
first.
you, that
Mm-hmm. That was
And
happens.
me.
when he
I
did
did
his
that.
number, he did a
Yep,
little
me
number and
too.
he got up and he thought, yeah, I'm telling you my business. He got up, thought he was gonna leave, and I was like, and he was all proud and stuff, and I was like, boy, hurry up and get your shoes because that was some trash. I broke that little nigga spirit. I broke his spirit. I broke his spirit. I was like, cause that was some trash. I was like, we could have just ate some chicken and watched a TV show. And he left
Hey, it
because he was
happens like
so
that
hurt.
Yo.
sometimes.
He was so
And
hurt. But
and
let me
we
tell
like
you,
to
let me
call
tell
it, you
you.
was operating in your masculine energy.
But
That's
but
right.
what I was doing was I was flipping the script because he thought he was gonna. And so of course, when you do that to a man, he's gonna try to come back and redeem
Mm-hmm.
himself.
Mm-hmm.
That was the trap I laid
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Never let him back.
because I liked him and I wanted
Mm.
him to come back. So I said, okay.
I was cold.
And I created what you call Super Sex Sunday. It started on Super Bowl Sunday. I tore that boy up from when he came to redeem himself. I tore that boy up from wall to wall. And before you know it, I had hooked him. And he was my boyfriend for 2 years. Until he messed up. And then I gave him his walk. I came back to that masculine Kim and I sent him on his way. Get the hell on. He didn't want to leave. This joker would show up at my house at 3 in the morning, wanting to talk, and I wouldn't let him in. He'd be on the porch.
You said that time.
After he done, and he actually had a wreck in his car the week prior, so his car was in the shop, and he was mad because he had wrecked his car and lost his woman. So he walked from clean cross town to my house at 3 in the morning, wanting to talk because he didn't want us to break up.
You done traumatized the man.
You definitely
yes. And that was that soul tie that Aisha was talking about. That I said
very much a soul
because
tie.
by that time I couldn't control it no more. The soul tie was so strong, I couldn't control it. He couldn't control his soul tie, and I knew I had to stop.
And I mean, you get a soul tie as soon as y'all exchange that energy.
Yeah, but it gets worse after 2 years.
Y'all probably had other people's soul ties mixed in with your soul ties.
Exactly.
Yes. Do y'all want that story? Do y'all want that story?
People don't understand when relationships get to the point where they at the end and they just get desperate and volatile.
Mm-hmm.
That's
do y'all want that story? Do y'all want that story from Auntie?
You can't. Yeah, if you want to share,
it's horrible.
Hey, if you want to share, that's just on you.
Let me tell you something. We could end up on a show on Jerry Springer. I could bring Jerry Springer back from being a judge.
I just want to know when you writing your book.
Right.
I need to. You know what? I tried to write my book some like 3 years ago, just talking about my sexcapades because they were hilarious at the least. And I wrote about 4 pages and kind of got sidetracked. It's somewhere on my computer. I need to find it and start it back up again. Okay. But what ended up happening was I left him alone. I cut cold turkey because I said I'm celibate now. It's a wrap.
He ain't leave you alone though.
He didn't.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. Sarita.
Let me tell you what that joker went and did, because when he realized that I wasn't going backwards and I was standing firm, that joker went and slept with my niece. That looks like me.
You tried to hurt you, and
got her pregnant. Right, yeah, they got a little girl. They got a girl together. They got a daughter together. My niece, he went and had sex with my niece, got her pregnant. They got a daughter with my niece that looks like me. I told y'all.
Saying, if I can't have you, I have the next best thing. But
that's him.
Wait a minute.
That is on.
I'm gonna tell you how twisted.
Wait.
Twisted this is. This man,
mind you, there's something in between there too. There's a story in between there, but I'll tell you that.
Oh, Kim,
and they had a baby.
Y'all not seeing what he did. Yeah, is anyone seeing what he did? He was so twisted that he was gonna be in her life by any means necessary.
Yep.
He had a baby with your niece.
Let me tell you, and when let me tell you something. When I was done with him, I separated myself from him. I moved.
You were, but again, like Marquita was saying, he was gonna make sure he was in your life whether you wanted him or not.
Because
he ain't in my life because she ain't in my life either.
Oh, okay. Then you did the smart thing because that's wow.
That's a different situation.
Yes.
So
it was good that I was done with that anyway, because this was someone who I was supposed to marry. Just imagine. So I was right.
That's
two names here, right? I have 2 names here, right? Anybody see my name down there? Can y'all see my name down here? Can y'all see my name, yo?
Hold on, I gotta.
Where in the comments?
Yeah, there we right there. So if you see, I have coffee in the slash. The reason I'm interjecting in that is I have a little. Anybody want to hear my story? I'll tell you, because coffee. I'm gonna be nice. I don't know. I can't be nice. I just gotta.
Don't be nice.
I would have whooped his ass and dragged the both of them. I mean,
let me tell you
like
something.
no tomorrow.
By that time, I was so, and the way look, he had a sister that didn't like me.
I'd have dragged her too, just
They
on
went
principle.
out of their way to show me that baby because it looked just like him. And I was like, okay, that ain't got nothing to do with
It's
me.
giving me creepy uncle vibes. Because
Yes.
That happened. That happened after me. Way that happened like 6, 7 months after I was gone and done.
It's the principle for me.
And he had the
That
nerve to,
part.
that
yeah,
part,
and he
because
had the nerve to tell me, I did it because I missed you.
What did I say? What did I say?
but
What did I say?
Nigga, please.
But
Okay, let's move on. Let's keep moving.
that just sounds all wrong.
I can tell
It
you
does. It does.
how bad a soul tie was for me. That
But you know
almost threw
what?
me in cuffs.
You know the reason why I wasn't mad at that? Because I felt like that was my payment for what I did wrong. I
Mm.
shouldn't have sought after him the way I did. Made that flipped who I was. Because number one, that wasn't even my type of energy. I don't use people. That is not my type of energy. Number
Mm.
two, he was
So it
younger
was
than me.
it was
It's
karmic.
karma.
He was
Mhm.
younger than me. I should have known better. He wasn't underage by no means. He was only like 5 years younger than me.
Okay.
But it was just in a way, the way I went about it, and then some things that happened in between there, I did some dirt. But
Mm.
I would never go sleep with. Well, let me not say that,
As she sits.
because
And
did
she
I
said,
say I had some whole years? I'll tell the story one day. Anywho,
mm.
okay, so we're gonna go on down the list. This is why I can talk the noise I can talk. When people be coming to me with some stories, I be like, baby, I lived that back in the 90s and the 80s when there was no internet. So you ain't doing nothing new.
Thankfully, I always say that thankfully there was no internet back in my day. 'Cause
Baby. So
But at least
excited.
say again.
I'm so grateful that there's no internet back in my day.
Oh Lord,
Because baby,
I'd probably have
What they say
OnlyFans now.
what our old saying is, but we got skeletons in the closet.
Let me tell you, I'd have an OnlyFans popping my titty out right now if they knew what I used to do back in the day. Because there would be no way I can act like I'm chaste. Like, bitch, you used to be out there in them streets in pleather boots, bitch. Don't be trying to act like you an angel now. I'd be like, you know what, you right.
Okay,
My bad. I'm my OnlyFans is Auntie Kim, and I had my titty out on Friday. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to act like I was goody two shoes. My bad.
hey, they're gonna be looking for you now.
Right.
Look at me.
I thought she had that OnlyFans.
You said you had it.
Is
Let me
it
tell you
Kim
something.
with
I'm
an
not.
eye or a Y?
Don't nobody want to see these pleathers.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be
Yep.
surprised.
Yeah, there's
It's different out here now.
yeah,
Look,
there's categories for everything. Come on now.
let me tell you something. I have children that I do not want to embarrass, and even better than that, I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't want nobody to see this. I don't be wanting to see my shit. If I could take a bath with my eyes shut, I'd do it.
Oh, now come on, Auntie.
Come on, now.
You gotta get some.
My motherfucking body, my body annoys me because I deserve to be a size 3. All this damn shit I've taken over these lives, I deserve to have a waistline.
You
deserve.
You got a waistline. You got one.
You got one, embrace all that.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know how
You
people
gonna
all the
get it
time
too.
be trying to make you feel bad for being big or being to this or to that. Be like, you know what, somebody like it.
Can
You
I
know
say
what?
something?
One-
Can I just comment on that
Go ahead.
right there? Kim, we said we had our days back in the day, right? So I
Yeah.
was a good girl.
Yeah.
I got engaged in high school to my kid's dad. And I was a good girl, all wholesome, all of that. When he did the things he did and I decided I had to leave, all other stuff came out. I started being the same way. I'm going to get them before they get me. I'm going to spot the nonsense first and I'm going to come at them. And do you know that most of my whole days, as we put it, I was over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
It wasn't when I was 150. It wasn't when I was 150. There's a lot of men out here that will tell other men how bad a woman of size is, and on a low, be running behind the bigger women.
Thank you. Talking
So
about she's one big ass pillar.
yeah, whatever. And they like to be on the bottom too.
Yeah,
Those be the
because
ones
a
on the
lot of
bottom.
times, because I had one, because for a lot of them, it's a fetish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
fetish,
Yeah.
and on top of that, let me say this: it's not only a fetish, it's a mommy fetish,
Yes, it
a
is.
mother fetish. Because some of them they move from their mama's house
Mm.
into their baby mama's house or somebody else's baby mama's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just keep doing that until they end up at somebody's mama's house,
Mm-hmm.
preferably their grandmama. Some of them get their own place, but a lot of them they like that feeling of comfort,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
that home that they y'all what do they call them? Hobosexuals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
some of them like the bigger women.
What? Wait.
they call them hobo. It's called a
Oh.
hobosexual.
She said, wait a minute.
My
What?
daughter has a name. She calls them homeless helpers.
Huh?
Y'all know that child crazy. She calls them homeless helpers.
I
Uh,
like that.
honey, them jokes will show up at your house. I
Out the
had one
train.
recently. Talking about sending him leg pics, sending him feet pics. I was like, demon. And I called him that. I said, demon, if you don't get on somewhere. He talking about I want to come where you stay and find transfer my job there and I told him I said I'll help you look for an apartment. I'll get you some applications and I can send them to you in the mail. You fill them out, you send them back to me. I'll go ahead and put them in, because I had a PO box. You can send them back. I fill them out for you. I mean, I'll turn them into the apartment complex and all your paperwork and everything. You ain't got to worry about it. Or I have you sent it right to them. He thought, no, I want to come stay with you. No, nope, Soon as he said that, I want to be with you. Like, oh, you ain't got no place to stay. That's the first thing came in my head. I was like, no, thank you. Hurry up and got him off my damn phone. Cause the good looking will come to you. He was real
Mm-hmm.
good looking, and I was like, no, good looking somewhere else with somebody else. Cause not for the kid. I don't have no men in my house other than the ones I gave birth to.
I had a gentleman try that with me. He's like, yeah, I figured we can, hang out. And I was like, oh, okay, what you doing tonight? I said, nothing. Where you want to go? He was like, I figured I could come over there. We could watch some movies. I said,
Oh
pause.
no.
I said, pause. He goes, what's the matter? I said, well, I pay rent here. So technically, according to my rent, I pay $50 a day to chill. I don't even chill in my house for free. So
Hot.
you can't chill in my house for free.
That
I
part.
never heard from him again. So I guess they got to understand it.
Hot
You got
damn.
the point. Quick and concise to the point. That's what I'm talking about. So, anybody else got some stereotypes that you're tired of?
The
Because
bitter
I
baby
got one.
mama.
What?
Oh,
The bitter baby mama. Half the time, women think that women want the man. No, I just want him to be responsible for his child.
Mm.
I don't
Yeah.
have no bitter when I walk away. When I walk away, I'm done. There's no
Yeah.
bitter there.
yep.
Yeah, and they have to understand that not all women still want you.
No,
Yep.
not at all.
It's just that we don't want to live with the trauma of a child re- being mad at you because you
Mm.
didn't make the effort to make sure the father or the mother was in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got some single fathers out here too that
Right.
say, we not together no more, but you want to have visitation with the child without the courts.
Mm.
And she be like, or he's like, well, if we ain't sleeping together no more, I don't want to see the baby either.
Mhm.
Right.
That kind of situation. But it's crazy out here in these streets. But
It is.
one of my stereotypes is the assumption that women don't have anything. Like we're not out here with jobs and education and nothing. And because they love talking about what do you bring to the table?
Oh, I feel like that's
And
a new type of. It's like a trend thing. Like, I feel like
it's a new buzzword, a
yeah,
buzz phrase. But
yeah.
my thing is that 9 times, boy, 99% of the time, the any man that has to ask a woman that is because he is not there to do any type of work. He is not there to find out who she is. He is trying to do the, what do they call it, shorthand version of finding out who she is because he don't want to spend the time. Grown men like being around women other than just for sex. They like to say we're gonna group up. We're going to a brunch. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
group up. We're going to the movies. Because I used to remember when I was younger, my sister had a pack of friends, male and female, and they did things. And they got
Mhm.
to know each other because they were friends for years. And then one or two may start dating and they
Mhm.
break off, but they still come together for the get, for the get down when they going and doing things together, going on vacation together or whatever. But nowadays, because a real man is going to take the time to get to know you. I ain't got to ask you what you bring to the table because I'm going to know, because I'm going to hang around you enough, ask you out on dates. You take me out on dates. We talk on the phone. We get to know each other in many ways. So I don't have to ask you what you bring to the table. I know what you bring to the table because I saw it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But men want, a lot of males want the shorthand. They don't want to take no time with you. They want to know what you got. That is that
Yep.
phrase to me is finding out what do you have that I can use.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know what the problem is actually? The problem is that a lot of them don't know themselves. Um,
Yeah.
and I could say that, and not on a man or woman level, just as a human being.
Mhm.
If you don't know who you are, you are just fitting molds
Yeah.
that you think of
Yeah.
what a
Mhm.
man or a woman is supposed to
You
be,
following what other
what they're
people are
supposed to
doing.
have,
Mm-hmm.
what they're supposed to have, how they're supposed to behave. And I think I don't know if anybody saw my stories today. I posted a young woman, and she was doing like a poem, and she was pretty much breaking it down. I was like, if this isn't the best thing I ever heard of, men, women too, go by what society or what their family culture or what is deemed acceptable, and
Mhm.
they live in that. And that, a lot of that comes from fear of rejection from family, society.
Yeah.
So the crazy part about it is that because I'm gonna go to spirituality. In spirituality, it's about self. It's always about self mastery. So it doesn't matter what this one is doing or how this one is moving because I'm moving this way because this is for
Mhm.
me. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of them don't do that. So they're just repeating things that they've heard, or sometimes those are defense mechanisms. Because then, if I'm asking what you bring to the table, and then I shut down what you bring to the table before you even find out if I got anything, if I even got a table, then that shields me from my lack. And a lot of times, that's a lot what happens. And even with men cheating, they're serial cheaters because it's just they reinvent themselves with every woman.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
So
yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't have
Oh
to
yeah.
Oh yeah.
address who they are. So they don't have to address who they are. Like, I don't want to bash. I don't want to seem like I'm bashing, but like a lot of people don't understand why I'm not. I'm not angry with my ex husband at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm not angry is because he doesn't know who he is, and it's sad at the age that he is that he doesn't. For years, he would tell me I need to find a man to get married, and I told him, I said, but I'm happy single. I'm okay being single.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He's on wife 3, and he can't even be who he is. She don't even know
Yes.
who he is. And the crazy part, I have no problems with that. I got my babies. We y'all know me and my girls is
Right.
We good.
so yeah.
Mhm.
So I got them through that. So we good. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy because I'm so happy now in myself. I love being single. I'm scared when people start sniffing around because I'm like,
Mm-mm.
who sent you? Who
Cause
you
then,
here
and
for?
then also in your head, you're like if it's someone that comes close to, like, well, maybe I might give them a chance. You start
Mm-hmm.
doing the math in your head. Do I want to share this with them? Do I
Yeah.
want to bring them into this part of my life?
Mm-hmm.
How can I move things around where they would even fit? No, I'm good.
Mhm.
And before
Mm-hmm.
before you get to some of those levels, you be like, nah. And that level is my bed. My bed. I don't want nobody in my bed. Nope.
That's funny. I'm
I
actually
pay.
in mine right now.
I
So
paid for it
men
by
don't like things
myself.
like this.
Exactly. I paid for this bed by myself, coin for coin. I don't want
And
nobody
I'm
in
all
it.
over it.
But that's when it comes in. You need to get to know each other instead of
Mm-hmm.
just rushing into stuff. People don't ask enough questions for me anymore. Like,
And if
Why
you
would
do,
you
that
ask
scare them
questions?
too.
Yeah, like ask questions. It's okay. Like, where are some of your traumas? How was your childhood? You
Yeah.
know,
Do you
ask
love your
questions.
mother
Yeah, how
genuinely?
was your relationship with your parents? Because that's what it starts at. It starts at from when you was at home with your people. How was
Yep.
that
Yeah.
relationship? Because a
Yeah.
lot of us, I know a lot of women, we end up dating our fathers. Because that was me.
That was
I
me.
dated a lot of men who was just like my dad.
Yes, I
Yep.
did.
You know, so these are what we need to start asking questions instead of hopping to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, thinking, oh,
Yeah.
let me have sex with this person and this person because
Yeah.
I'm healing. You're not healing. You're just not
You
wanting to.
create more
You're not.
trauma.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
you're doing. So I feel
Yeah.
like,
On top of trauma. On top of
yeah,
trauma.
Yeah.
it's a whole
Cause
thing.
And the piggyback off of you, that goes to, and it's crazy because I did not acknowledge the importance of courting
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
my
yeah.
grandmother told
until
me
I
that.
got older.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it is so crazy how many men I'm like, you gotta court me
Mm-hmm.
before
They
we
don't even know what
even
that
go to
means.
A, B, C, D. You got to court me.
They
That
don't
way
know
I
what that
know you
means.
fit with me and me fit with you.
Yeah.
You know, and that runs a lot of men off.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
It's too much work. It's too much
Let
work.
me tell you something. The man that I'm with now, the other dudes can't compare because
Mm-hmm.
when we first started dating, I wasn't used to him. I'm still not used to him opening doors.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
it still blows my mind that I'll wait in the car. He'll come around and open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never had that happen.
That's
And
Ever,
it's
beautiful.
small thing.
ever. Because a lot of I feel like also a lot of just people don't know how to date. You're right. A lot of people don't know how to date or just
They
like
don't know
take
how to
that
date,
time.
no.
We want to jump into this relationship. We're not even
And
know.
be in love overnight.
Yeah. Like how
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you love already.
I call it microwave love.
This is 2
Yeah.
months. I don't even know if you're crazy or not.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if they told you they love you overnight, they crazy.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, but you'll be amazed. People tell you they love you in 30 days.
Yeah, because
And I can
Mm-hmm.
even say that myself, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know the importance, like I said, important to getting to know each other. I was in love with the thought.
the thought
Yeah.
that
I
yeah,
was in
bingo,
love
you're
with
in love with
the
the thought.
honeymoon
Yeah.
phase. Because a lot of people don't realize you in a honeymoon
Not
phase
only
for
that.
3 months, maybe 6 months, or
Mm-hmm.
even a year before you really get to seeing a person. They're real deal. Like, this ain't for
Mm-hmm.
me, and you ain't who I thought you was.
But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell you what a lot of us do. A lot of us fall in love with the fantasy of them in our
That's
head.
what I said. The thought.
Yes.
What we
Yes.
thought we could
Yeah.
get out of this person because we thought what little bit we saw, which was the representative of that person, not
There
the
you go.
actual
That's right.
Yes.
person.
See,
Yep.
that's what I call it.
There
We
you
we
go.
said,
We
"Oh,
fall
he's
in love
so
with potential.
kind.
We
Yeah,
fall
he's
in
so
love with
kind, but
potential.
I don't know what to do with this man. He's so
Yeah.
kind to me." And then you start picturing in your head, "Oh, if he's kind like this, then we'll be here in a certain amount of months, or
Yep.
we'll be there in a certain amount of years." And you didn't realize that he's doing what he needs to do to get what he wants
Yep.
from a lot of them, not all of them, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you do run into that one that actually has no ill intentions.
Mm-hmm.
All he wants to do is get to know you for yourself. And when you
Mm-hmm.
run into those type of people, they throw you for a loop, especially if you've been in the spin wash of the thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
trash dudes that have mommy
I've been
issues
through
and
the wall.
daddy issues and and what's thrown in there too is your female friends too, listening to them
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Kim,
their
I,
issues and their
you
drama
got to be
and
mindful of that too. Yeah, that's
yeah.
you
true.
Yeah.
and then sometimes you're trying to avoid what they're going through and you end up in the same situation because
Yeah.
you flock together with them and sometimes y'all imprint on one another
Mm-hmm.
and you face situations in life together the same way.
That's
But
a
Kim, you
very good point.
Kim, I was gonna say also people gotta be careful too, because sometimes we give away in the very, very beginning of what we want, what we expect. And so
yeah,
that
I don't do
person
that.
they can mask it and give you everything that
Yeah.
you said you
Mm-hmm.
wanted,
Yeah,
everything
they
that you
love that.
needed,
Yes.
and to
What
draw
you
you
want in a
in. And
man?
then once they have you, like
What
you
you
said, you get to
want?
see the real them. We gotta be
Mm-hmm.
careful of not giving too much either. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
can't stand
saying?
because
Like
I
you gotta
and I
balance it
used to
out.
tell people online. I used to tell people and they'd come in they used to follow a script when we was first on the internet.
Yeah.
Age, sex,
ASL.
location. First they
Oh
want to
ASL.
know
yeah,
age, sex, and location. They want to know how much you weigh, and then they want to know what you want in a
yeah.
man. And I would always throw
Then
them
they
for a
get your
loop, and I'd be
profile
like,
picture
just
up.
be yourself, just be
Mm-hmm.
yourself. And if I like it, I'll tell you. And they didn't like
Um,
that because they didn't know where to go or who to fashion themselves into. And the asshole would show. And I'd
yeah.
already tell them, I don't like that trait and you get up off my internet. And I'd
Mm-hmm.
either block them or go on about my business. But what Aisha was saying, a lot of times when you get into these situations, we're not even together long enough because they're like this. If you tell them what you want, they give you what you want.
Yep.
And then
They're only
they
good for
get what
90
they
days.
want,
You
then they
can't go past
turn
90.
themselves back into who they really are. And then you're stuck with somebody you've imprinted or you become bonded with somebody that you thought they were. And then they turn around and act like it's your fault. They start gaslighting you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what it was from the jump. No, I didn't know what it was
Mm-hmm.
from the
No, I
jump.
didn't.
You was opening doors, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Now I
saying
can't
everything
even
that you
get you
wasn't
to pick
gonna
up your
do.
drawers.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
So let's go on to the next subject because we'll stay on this thing all day. Each person give me a turn on and a turn off.
Oh. Okay.
Sexually. That face Aisha made.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know. I know.
We're not trying to go deep.
Okay, no,
Into
no,
your
I'm not gonna go too
personals.
deep. I can off just because a turn off for me is somebody that's always in my face and always over complimenting the way I look. I'm not a trophy.
That's
I have substance.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. I thank God that He blessed me, but it's so much more to me than my looks because my grandmother told me a long time ago. She said, "Baby, your inside's got to be just as beautiful, or if not more beautiful than your outer." So that's something that's important.
Yes.
I need you to see how beautiful my soul is. You can compliment and be in my face. Oh, baby girl, that don't mean nothing. But if you tell me my heart is beautiful, I know you see me.
Yeah.
That feels so street harassment to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that feels so
it's
street
irritating
harassment
because
to me.
I get that a lot, and
Mhm.
a lot of guys don't realize like thanks, but I'll be like thanks.
Mhm. Yeah, move on. Keep
don't
it
get
moving.
twisted, like I want to hear it, but like the overkill, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, okay, got it, thanks, and
Hey, Rain Man. That's one of my
a turn
nephews.
on for me is I like mental stimulation.
Yes, baby.
I'll get
That's
right
a
to
turn
that.
on for me.
Mhm.
Talk
Lick
to
my
me.
funky
You know what I'm
emotions.
saying?
Teach me
Yes, you know what I'm
something,
saying?
yeah.
Talk to me.
Mhm.
Let's talk about some deep stuff, some uncomfortable stuff, and
Yeah.
be able to not be strangers and be able to agree to disagree.
Mhm.
So the demisexual, sapiosexual,
Yes.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are the turn ons for me, So yeah, that's what it is for me.
I'm sorry, I went to old school music playing in the background in my head.
Hey,
She was
My bad.
quiet storming in here.
nostalgia.
Yes.
She was quiet storming.
Not quiet storm.
You know what? Men don't realize how much danger they are in when you stimulate the mind of a real
they
woman.
Don't.
They don't understand. All that stuff they be online asking for women to do to them sexually, they wouldn't even have to ask.
They sure wouldn't.
They sure wouldn't. But no,
Because
let me piggyback on that, Kim.
Certain men, I'm not saying all men.
If we talk, I can get you in 2 places. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say 3 places instead of 1. I can get you here in your heart and physically.
Yes. Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Please repeat that.
I can get you in 3 spots: your mind, your heart, and your body. I tap into emotions you didn't even know you had.
Thank you.
That's somebody. If you talk to me, like I say, you stimulate me. You have no idea. It's so much more than sexual. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Marquita about to pop. Go ahead, Marquita.
A mental orgasm is better than a physical one, and people don't even realize that. I'm going to say it again. A mental orgasm is so much more powerful than a physical one that people don't even understand how deep that goes.
And you know what used to kill me? Is when I've had that type of conversation and I've met that person on that level, and then the next day I'm walking around smiling at random times. They always attribute it to sex. I'm like, you just don't even know.
No, I just had a bomb conversation. I was on the phone from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Thank you.
And we were feeding off the energy.
Yes.
Real.
And then before you know it, it's like, and the link is so strong that when that happens, you could be thinking about them and they'll message you. You be like, what the hell?
Yeah. Woo!
What is scary? You know, it's
Mhm.
like, oh my God, this
Mhm.
is so awesome. And then,
Mhm.
because, and that's why when people be talking about, how long do you have to wait to have sex? It could be 15 minutes for me if you do it right. I ain't got that. It's no time frame because let me tell you something. When it's like that, let me tell you something. When it's like that, there is no time. We will bend time for that. But when
Mhm.
you coming with, and then they wonder why you don't, when you're okay with being single for a long time because there's not a lot of men out there or women that are given
Yeah.
that type of level of
Mhm.
intimacy.
Mhm.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Y'all around here in Victoria's Secret and Savage Fenty and still don't know what intimacy is.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
You
Nope.
wearing the armor, but you don't know the full
Well,
extent of
people just
things.
think intimacy is busting a nut.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
let's just put
No.
it out there. That's
Mhm.
what they
Yeah.
think it is. They think it's the ending of the
Yes.
situation, and they
Yep.
Because
don't
you
even.
got you got you got people that have got naked for people that they don't even know, including
Yeah.
myself, because I've done that quite a few times.
Girl, how
But
about
you know
had a
what I
baby
mean?
by somebody you didn't know?
Ugh.
How about that?
Yes,
Right.
Not once,
yes,
but twice, 3 times.
Mm.
Well, I
yes.
had third baby by the same person. I thought I
But
did
you know
it,
what?
still didn't know him. So let's
The,
keep it. Let's keep it a buck.
but
Right.
let's keep it a buck though. The way the pickings are nowadays, if you want to get them while you're still ovulating and you don't want to leave Earth without your children, that you want it. Because I said I wanted 2 boys and I had them.
Yeah,
So
I got two.
so
It was
I
a
wanted my two
reason.
boys. So I don't regret having the kids. I wish it
No.
was under better circumstances, but I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could just do a do over with the donors. I want the same eggs and the same kids, just different daddies.
You want to hear what's funny? I used to say that, but I don't say that anymore. Sometimes sometimes flowers go from shit.
You know what?
My baby,
Fact.
I would not if I didn't deal with their dad, I wouldn't have Simone. I wouldn't have
Yes,
Tony. They wouldn't be who they are.
yes,
Fact.
And I wouldn't change that. I did
yeah,
apologize for picking the wrong dad for them. However,
Yeah,
I
that
wouldn't
part.
Mhm.
change
That's
it.
probably yeah.
I wouldn't
yeah.
change it
Difference.
because
Yeah.
they so dope.
They
That's the
are.
best thing he did in life. What you telling
Um,
me? What?
I haven't been able to hug neither one of them, and I agree. They are some dope children.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They are
They are
some
Yeah,
really
dope
dope.
children.
I wouldn't change my 3 neither.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't change my two. And Sarita, it's your turn. Turn
Okay.
ons, turn offs.
Turn off for me is just want to be a center of attention. I can't stand that. Like, I always just want to be in, just you're doing too much. Relax. Calm down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop doing too much. I cannot stand that. Like, why are you trying to show off?
Yes.
Like,
They do
what
too
are you
much.
hiding?
They
That's
do
what I
too
feel like.
much.
I feel like you're hiding something. Um,
Overcompensating.
yes. A turn on, I have to say, if you can teach me something,
Mm-hmm.
teach me something. If you can
Yes.
listen, but I didn't read this book. I think this would be dope for you. Or because I got my business. I'm gonna do this for you. But that
Yes.
that's mine. I can't give y'all too much because men's might be watching. So
Reciprocity. That's just reciprocity. You give good. You give good love. I'm just saying. You just want someone to be as attentive
yeah.
and willing to, and because everybody think that all women out here doing the what I noticed that a lot of the complaints that men have about women is because they picking from the same pool.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Mm-hmm.
what was it I seen today? Somebody said, oh, who was it? It was one of these rappers saying it's hard to find a woman that ain't hit your one of your boys or on the
Mm,
same thing. And I said, because and the first thing came out is because y'all shopping from the same airplane that's dropping off the same chicks that just got a BBL. Y'all picking the
ooh,
same chicks. Y'all are passing them around like joints.
Facts.
ooh.
They
Because there
all
are
look the
plenty of
same.
women
They
out
dress
here
the same.
that
Stay
have
the
not.
same.
Yes, there are plenty of women out here that have not hit your boys, and those women, let's be real, don't even want to hit you because you aren't the caliber of woman that you're desiring. You're not the caliber of man that deserves that type of woman. That's why you keep getting these women that hit your boy because that's what you're looking for. They kill me with that. They act like there's no women out here that have any type of moral standard. No, you don't surround yourself with women of moral standard because they're
Mhm.
boring to you. Their lifestyle does not
Appeal.
is not conducive with the bullshit you
Mhm.
send yourself through every day.
And
So
because
she does.
they're gonna
We're not.
challenge you to elevate you.
Yeah, we're
Mm-hmm.
not
They
gonna
It's
be in
outside
your
your
definitely
comfort
vicinity.
zone.
We're not in your purview because you are not that type of man that we
Mhm.
deserve. We deserve better. And that's the reason why you keep running into these type females is because the women that you desire, you don't deserve them. They are not in your circles. And they will never be in your circles until you elevate yourself.
Mhm.
Period.
You get your shit together.
But I can't say that. I'm a man basher.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is it's not man bashing if you're making people accountable. That's the problem with no. This is what bothers me so much about watching things online. There's things I agree with that men say, and
Mhm.
there's things that I agree
Yeah.
with that women say. And we all follow each other online. If y'all all know, I address each. Like ladies, step it
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Men, but the problem is that, and this is not. I know men are going to say it's a male bashing because they don't like to have accountability. They always
Oh no.
Mhm.
majority. I'm not going to say general, but majority of the men, the ones that make those comments, they don't want to hold themselves accountable, and they feel like you're attacking them. And what the problem is that when a woman does speak about what she wants you to do or what she needs you to be or how she needs you to grow, and because you don't want to do that, now she's bashing
Mhm.
or she's against men. Okay, that's
Mhm.
what I'm talking about, Tasha. I am not. You are not my project.
Ooh,
This
yeah.
is not.
Exactly.
This is not how
I,
that goes. I am my project.
I'm not
I
here to
mean,
fix
Okay.
I
you.
want to bring the audience up on here.
Listen, I'm
They
not
up
here
here,
to fix
they
you.
lit. They are
and,
Not
saying
the
and,
some
therapist.
amazing
and
things.
it's so sad because men want us to accept flaws in them because
Yes,
then
all
we're not
day.
Oh
being
Lord, that they're not
properly,
willing to
we're not
accept in
loving them, we're
others.
not here, but we can have one minor flaw and they'll never even bring it up. You hear about it years later when he done ghosted you, and that
Yeah.
was the
They
issue,
get
and
upset.
it was a minor issue that probably really
Yeah.
wasn't even an issue if he'd have just spoke about it.
Because I
They
come
don't want to
online
have the
all
talk.
the time and I say, we are not the Red Cross.
Nope.
We're not here to heal you. We're not here to get you over to the River Jordan. We
Mm-hmm.
are not here to do all that stuff. We understand that life happens to people.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I've seen men that life has happened to them
Mhm.
and they have actively worked to heal their
Mm-hmm.
situation. To get
Yep.
Mhm.
those men, I see you,
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
but you got the woe is me
Mm-hmm.
pack
Always
of
the victim.
folks.
I call it the
Male
effect.
and female, the woe is me. I've
Yes.
had life so hard. Feel
I call
sorry
it
Yeah.
for
the
me.
pity
What are
Take
you
care
party.
of
doing
me.
to fix that? Are you still
Right.
complaining? Are you going to fix it? You got
Right.
three times to complain to me.
Yes, I want a woman like
Actually,
like
you don't complain to me. I don't want to
like
hear
for
it.
example, it's this dude that I really like. I really like him, and I think we could be a good couple. But I also had to recognize that he has low self esteem.
Ugh, them is
Mm.
the
Ooh,
worst.
that's the
Did you
worst.
see what
Yeah.
Tasha said? You saw that, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
not my project. He is
Mhm.
going to
Yeah.
be a hell of a project.
Whew.
Very
I
much.
when I found out that Joker had low self esteem, I recognized that thing, and I was like, no matter what fantasy I have in my head, this ain't gonna
The
work.
reality is exactly.
Because
Mm-hmm.
every time he fell down, he stayed down there and complained.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came to him, I was like, I got a solution. Let's do this. He would always give the comment, let me handle it. But he
But
wasn't
he not
handling it.
handling it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he looked like he was handling something, it was a solution that wasn't a solution. I was like, you're gonna be in the same place in 3 months
No
from now.
complex. Mm-hmm.
So that let me know he didn't have conflict resolution or any type of like mindset to get us out. So when I'm down, this who I want to have in charge of shit?
Right.
Hell no. So
Right.
I had to get over that. Oh, he
And
fine
not
as
just
hell.
other stuff, but you. Because
Yes.
in the
I
same token, I need somebody that's going to recognize I have my own issues. I have procrastination issues. I
yes.
have moments when I need to be by myself. I have anxiety and depression. So I'm always like 20 million in my head. I
Mm-hmm.
need someone that's going to look at me and be like, baby, just stop. Just
Yes.
stop.
Breathe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just stop. And then I
Mhm.
can
So
feel comfortable. Go, you know what? You're right. I'm going to stop. But if he's not
and
securing himself to know that, he's not going to pay no attention to nothing he need to learn about me.
Mhm.
and that was the
You make
hardest
your
thing.
depression worse.
That was the hardest thing is having no one to trust my life with them. I can't
Mm,
trust
That's right.
if I
yeah.
can't feel safe putting my life in your charge, but you can put your life in mine and I carry it well cuz I
Mm-hmm.
know I know I can do it cuz I done raised two
That's
men to
right.
grown
Productive.
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 So I know I can do it. But I
Hmm.
don't see nothing in your life that shows that you can do it. So and I'm want that's why they talking about that's why you can't get no man. No, I can get a man.
I'm just
It ain't
not
hard to get
settling.
a warm body in the house. It
I'm
ain't
not
hard to
settling.
find a woman. It ain't hard to get you no woman. Picking dudes and women out here nowadays is easy.
Mhm.
You know? So that's not the problem. It's finding somebody worthy of the position.
Mm.
Because it's not a
Mm.
job. It'll be a joy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not always easy. And like Aisha was saying earlier, soon as some trial or some tribulation pop up, you gone.
You're gone.
Yep.
Because I don't know why. I don't know who started this. It may have been an internet thing, but people always act like things are always supposed to be good in relationships. As soon as
No.
it start getting bad, nobody wants to work
No.
towards let's fix this.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And how do we fix this?
How
How do
do
we
we
fix
fix?
this?
Yep.
Who do we go to that's an authority to help us fix this? Because a lot of people got pride because they don't want. Anyway, let's go to the
It's not
next
just
thing.
pride. It's not just pride. Pride is overshadowed by ignorance, right? And
Mm-hmm.
ego. You know
Come
what it
on,
is? It's
come on.
ignorance and ego.
Definitely
And
that
what
ego.
happens is that nobody knows how to communicate effectively.
Oh,
Because if they did, some of the things that became problems wouldn't even become a problem. You
yeah. You
Facts.
know
can't.
what?
That is so true. If you already
That is
talked
one of the
about it,
worst things ever. Have you ever been looking at somebody that was making an argument out of something that was easy and fixable?
Yes. Yep.
You be like,
Yep.
woo,
They
are
just kept
you
pushing
out
and
your
pushing. You
mind?
like,
Yep.
You
yes.
think I'm finna argue with over this little shit?
Yeah.
Boy, if you don't get the fuck up
I
out of
don't
here.
argue. I
I
don't
don't
think I need to raise my
shit
voice
that's
and talk to
fixable, not
somebody I love. I don't need to talk to
thing,
somebody I care about like that.
yeah.
things that aren't fixable that we have to really work and focus and put a game plan together. I can understand that, but you got
Mm-hmm.
folks that's out here arguing over stuff that's fixable.
Mm-hmm.
Marquita, what is your turn ons and turn offs
Um,
sexually?
you said sexually,
Yeah.
but I think I told on myself.
Uh
Um,
oh.
I love.
You did.
I did. Yeah. I love tantric sexual activity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Could you
So
explain
I
that a little
like.
bit?
I am.
I used to
Um,
that's my
you see where like I am. So you were saying earlier about how they think intimacy is busting the nut, right?
Yes.
Well, most people don't realize this, but just simple touching and breathing and being in each other's space
Yes.
quietly, heartbeat, things of that nature.
Eye contact.
Um, yes,
Breathing.
yes, the breathing,
eye
just
contact.
skin to skin. Yo, that is the most intense
Aisha's a hilarious.
girl, cause
Hey,
she know,
I'm a
girl.
Scorpio. I'm gonna put that out
Woo!
there.
Let me tell you something.
I've been with a Scorpio before.
Yeah, let me tell you
Chef's
something. That's like
kiss.
the ultimate. And usually it's always best with a partner that you can open up to mentally
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
because then it's
That's
a whole
mature.
yes, girl, Lord.
Yep.
Because you
And
got some of them that are mature, but not sexually mature.
what? Yeah. Yeah.
You be
Because
like,
see what
oh,
people don't
hell.
understand is tantric sex doesn't even have any intercourse involved in it at all.
Exactly.
But
Let me
orgasms can happen.
can I tell a story?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and write that book.
Yeah, memoir. Memoir.
I ran into this dude one time and he was a Scorpio. And he told me, he said,
Make that
and
face out of your mouth.
this was when I was, I was in my whole phase. And I just and I had seen the power of what I could do. And it's intoxicating when you feel like you have power over someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, God sent me somebody. Well, this might not have been God because I was still in my whole phase. But somebody came into my life that brought me back down to earth. And he said, it's been times that I've been with a woman and made her have an orgasm and I didn't touch her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just me and her. I was like, whatever. And it happened. And I don't know what that was.
But it was
But
fire.
it was
He made you eat those
awesome.
words, didn't he?
It was fire.
Fully clothed. It didn't touch nothing.
Having flashbacks.
To this day, and you know I always got something to say. I was
Yep.
speechless.
She's speechless now. She like, girl.
Having flashbacks.
And that's why when a
flashback.
dude come to me talk about, girl, you know what I can do to you?
I don't want to know.
And you know what I said? Get the fuck up out my face. That's what you can do.
No.
Get the hell on. That's what you can do.
Get you.
Let me tell you something. That and it's more than Kama Sutra. That it's an opening of the mind. And you have to fully surrender. What did you say, Aisha?
It's a spiritual connection.
Yes, it's a fearlessness.
Somebody, woo.
And it's a fearlessness. So when you finally do have sex with that person, it pales in comparison.
It's amazing.
The fact that they can learn your body by touch.
Yes, it pales in comparison to anybody else you've ever been with.
Yep.
And you almost. I'm spoiled now. I'm like, I don't want that. You can keep that little 3 ounces worth of dick. Get the fuck on. I done had tantric, bitch. Have you ever did tantric before? I'm asking that like it's a number. Give me a number 2. Tantric.
Let me go ahead and get the
and then with that same old
super size.
And especially when you got dudes that be like, and I told this one dude, I said, what moves her may not even register on the radar for me. So don't come here trying to do to me what you did with your last chick. Think I'm gonna get excited.
All that flipping and stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm a rotisserie chicken. I mean, just because I'm built like a turkey don't mean I want to be most basic like one. If you don't get the hell on with it, I am not young no more.
I tell
I have bad joints.
A lot of guys I should come with a warning label. I tell a lot of guys that I come with a warning label because the thing is like literally number one, when you get to know yourself sexually, you elevate. Because, like I said, a lot of people think small when it comes to sex. They think the actual act, and it's so much more than just the act. It's so much more than
Can I piggyback on you with that? That's why women get so disappointed, and men have this whole misthought of sex. The physical act has to be like 40 minutes. No, actually, no, it don't. It's giving you exactly what it's supposed to give because what you were supposed to do was all the work before.
Have y'all ever experienced?
But I'm still gonna need the brother know his stroke number, and it got to be more than 6.
Marquita,
yes.
has it ever happened to you that one sexual experience lasted more than a week because it went from that first night to the conversations, to the back when we wrote letters to each other, to the letters, to the phone calls. It was the same.
We used to sing songs. We used to sing each other songs. And our whole conversation is nothing but songs.
Yeah.
It was just nothing but so I wouldn't have to say anything. I would just send a song.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the guy that I dated, my daughter said, she said, I think he ruined you. I said, no, he showed me how I was supposed to be really loved.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That part.
And she was like, why y'all not still together? I said, our lives are going in 2 different directions.
Yeah.
So he became a whole minister, pastor, and I'm a spiritualist. I'm not trying to be a first lady. So we got to go our separate ways. However, I know how I'm supposed to be loved, and I will not settle for anything less. I mean, when I tell you, like now, what he did, if you tell men this now, he's a simp. He's that. He will call my phone and just start singing songs in my phone, and I get all gushy, like, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it would be so like awesome. Or he would just show up at my job at lunchtime with my favorite freaking salad. Like I would give flowers, and most men think that like roses are the thing. I hate roses. He listened when I spoke, and one day I came to work and they delivered sunflowers because he realized I love sunflowers because I had them all through my kitchen, and he literally bought me sunflowers. And everybody, I mean, so bad that one day he came to my job and my boss, one of the doctors, calls him in and goes, what did she do? And you know what he said? Everything.
I used to get that a lot at my jobs. I would get so many deliveries, and they'd be like,
what are you
"Girl,
doing?
what are you doing?" I'm just
It's
like,
just me.
Because
yeah.
men don't,
myself.
honestly, if a man studies, does
Yeah.
his work,
But then again, also we can't just put it on men.
no,
What
no,
we
Yeah,
have to learn,
she's
we
speaking
have
in
to
general
be
from her
right.
experience.
No, no,
yeah,
no.
I'm just
No,
saying.
what I'm saying is like what we have to remember
I really
too.
want to get her.
We know better. We know a
Yeah.
lot better than
That part, Sarita.
so we can't put it like we can't put it out there like it's just no. We also have to play a part. When you are a safe space for a man where he can feel like he can be
Ooh.
a simp and he's not really a simp, but his love for you is not nothing that he wanna hide and he wanna throw it out there and you don't care who think he a sucker for it. That's when you do what you do.
Let me tell you something too. Let me add on to that. And not only that, but he'll do whatever he can to preserve that space.
That's right.
When you got
Absolutely.
a person that, and then you got some of them that never mature, they'll mess up that space. But the thing about it is they'll never move on from that space because they'll get married and still tell you, if they pass you in the street, they'll tell you, I remember the time.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember when. They will never mentally move from that spot,
Yeah.
Or
no
even
matter where they
accidentally
go.
call his current wife your name. That happens.
Worse. Oh, breaking up home since
Hey,
1934.
it wasn't my fault.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all and put because I know that I still have some of my ex-husband's family members here, but they know I never sugarcoat anything. That's why nobody likes me.
Yeah.
However, my ex-husband's on his third wife, and his second wife didn't like me. His third wife didn't like me, and I could never understand like why don't they like me until somebody said something to them, and they were like, they don't like you because he loves you.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm not that person that calls the phone and none of that stuff. You can ask them, they can honestly tell you I don't call. Like, he don't be bothered. I didn't be bothered. I didn't do any of those things. So I used to be like, what's the problem? And they was like, they don't like you because he
Marquita, let me
Yes,
tell you, it is a young man. We were in high school, and when I tell you this young man was in love with me, and this is probably one I probably let get away. I'm just gonna keep it real because I was damaged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
So
in
I
that
didn't see
space
it for
yet.
what
Yeah.
it is. You know what I'm saying? But when we went to our 10-year class reunion, his wife was so paranoid.
Oh.
Damn.
She had to make sure she was right on his hip.
Ooh.
The whole time.
Anytime he was in near me in a room, she was making sure she was right there. To the point they got in an argument. And I seen it.
Oh.
And I was like, dang, you know, and like I say, me and him we didn't never do anything. We never kissed or anything. It was conversation and just how he felt.
Right. You was his safe space.
And you would be
Yes,
surprised.
honey. I guess so.
People do not understand that the brain is the largest sex organ in the body.
Yes, they hello. Y'all see that meme when they have the brain and they have look like the brain being masturbated?
Yeah.
That's my favorite meme.
People do not understand the bond that you had with that man. Probably will never come into it again, Aisha.
Yeah.
And he craves it.
Yeah.
Because honey, she showed when I ran to her, so she was like, "Yeah, you know my husband." I'm like, "Yeah, I know him."
Yeah, I do know your husband.
Do
I do know your husband.
Do you?
And apparently you still shook and you feel some type of way.
Right.
Wild.
And see where she went wrong is she was supposed to figure out what it is about you that he
yeah.
That she was supposed to enhance and get better herself to be that space.
Yes.
So she
should have sat down and talked with you.
She thought it was sexual. I bet you anything she thinks it's something sexual.
They always think it's sexual.
Yeah.
They always think it's
no, he's a stand-up guy, so I'm pretty sure he probably said, "No, me and her never had sex. We didn't even kiss."
No, that doesn't matter.
That don't mean she believed him.
But that doesn't matter, Aisha. If you have an insecurity, if a person has an insecurity,
they're gonna think whatever they're gonna think.
No matter what the truth is. No matter what the truth is.
Very, very much so. I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay, ladies, let's move it along. I got another thing.
All right. Sorry, honey.
Dating games. What dating games that you cannot stand?
I don't play games, Kim.
I don't.
No, it don't have to just be. It could be what you've seen.
Like I said, they pull out all the tricks the first day to try to, like I say, pull you in. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. Because you
And see,
basically, you didn't show me your whole hand.
especially being in spirituality, you can already tell when someone's,
Yeah, you
when you
feel it.
deep into it, you can already tell when someone's just talking to you or someone's being real.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel it. If they bring the energy. But
Yeah.
that's on spirituality, sweetie. But I'm gonna tell you on coffee days, when guys used to come to me because I became what men don't understand when women have I have a very strong masculine side, right?
Me too.
My masculine energy is very strong, and I think it developed as protection. So, what I realized is that with that energy, it scares men a lot of times. So
Mm-hmm.
I eliminate a lot of nonsense by being so straightforward and blunt that they be like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I've told men straightforward, like, you run game on me. I don't believe in games. But if you want to play games, sir, I'm an Olympian. I just want you to understand that.
Baby,
So
got
whatever
to let
happens
them
after
know.
that is on you. That was when I wasn't. That was pre-spirituality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay, yeah.
men,
Free
I will touch
spirituality,
you.
they
you
can't
know.
handle that. I've had to get order protections. A guy ran off the curb trying to hit me on the street. One poked me in the eye. I don't know. I don't understand that concept and why
You
men are
need to
like
write a
that.
book.
I know, right? I don't know why men. I don't know why they get to that point. And I used to always, like you said, Kim. I'd be like, "What's the problem?" Like they would get angry because I wouldn't do the scripted. Oh, why won't you be with me? I'd be like, "Good. I don't want to be with you. I'm good. Stay with you."
Because
Yeah.
well, you got to think about it, Marquita. You know what they always say: men they hunt for their prey, and
Yeah.
because you wasn't easy to hunt and conquer,
Mm-hmm.
you were a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think men feel that from a woman, like they don't know that we're functioning from masculine energy, so
It's
we're
protection.
meeting them with their same
Yeah.
type of energy, and
It's
they don't
protection.
know that. You know, and at one point in time, we didn't know that. We just knew that you
Yeah.
can't run game on me.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
not about to play with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Because
on the
like
same
my
game
thing
on
is, like
you.
you said, my thing, I'm at that point now. People will tell you my cutoff game is strong.
What? I'll go past you in the street, won't even recognize you on purpose.
Baby,
On purpose.
you can say Aisha. I heard you call my name, but I'm going straight forward.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they want to show up at your house overnight that night. Why you acting like that, boo?
See, that's I tell them you show up unannounced, it could be a problem.
You gonna have
Yes.
I
A
don't
risk.
answer the door.
But you know what? Kind of going back to
I'm
my
so horrible.
that situation I was talking about earlier. When I say I'm through and I'm through, and you trying to talk your way back into, you got to be through, unless you gonna end up in that same little rut. And they don't mind you being in that rut with them.
Oh,
But I
No.
remember I had this
Sometimes they
one
have
guy I
to.
was dating, and when I tell you I was in love with that man, I was in love with that man. And he called himself leaving me but not telling me.
Mm.
And I'm gonna tell you how low down he was. He came and picked me up from work with his new girlfriend in the car. I didn't know. Cause you know how some folks be
Wait a minute.
where every female is their let me tell you, I've been through some shit. Every female is their cousin or their kinfolk.
Get shot.
This girl was one of his
hey.
kinfolk. And so I didn't pay no mind. So he picked me up and he took me home. And then, he walked me back to my door. He told me that he was moving on, that he didn't want to holler at me no more. And I was like, this was pre Auntie. I was like, I was begging that man, don't leave me.
We all done had weak moments where we
And
totally
he
let our
left.
guard down and let people in places they
Oh,
shouldn't have been
I
in.
mean, it made me into the woman I am. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, and then I finally said, you know what? Okay. I cried, got it out, moved on. Because ain't nobody gonna tell me that I ain't cute right now. So I went, got myself together, cried, let it out, got myself G back up, had a new man like that. It wasn't no big deal. And then he want to come later on, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it to you that way. But my girlfriend was looking at me and such and such, such. I was like, you know what? You don't owe me no explanation. Keep it moving.
But
Next time he see me in the club.
Game, trying to break your
I
Yes.
can't even stay still. I can't
Let me
even
tell
stay
you
still,
something.
girl.
Next time he see me in the club. Now, before that day happened, we were in the club one weekend. I walk in there, he got a girl sitting on his lap. That's his cousin. I didn't pay no mind. I was young. I didn't pay no mind. I ain't say nothing. his boys was looking at me, doing me like this in the arm. And I'm like, what? What? And they was telling me that ain't his that ain't his sister, cousin, or whatever. His boys. So after he broke up with me, that friend that he had that he would never bring around me started coming around. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I let him take me out. And you know, this was pre you can take photos at while you eating or whatever.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Of course he took me where he know his friend gonna show up. And this was before texting and stuff like that. So word of mouth, you know, of course he told one of his friends he knew would go back and tell him, dude show up want a clown. I'm single. He's single. Why are you here? Why are you not with your new woman? Why does it matter what I'm doing? Then all of a sudden I'm all kind of this hoe and that hoe. Everywhere a ho ho. I had to break that. And I told his friend, don't come back over my house. Cause I did what I needed to do to let him know you ain't stopped no show. It ain't hard to get one of you. I actually cared about
Careful
you.
who your father.
Let me tell you so
That's that Scorpion energy, because that sounds like my daughter. That's that
yeah.
Scorpion energy.
Oh
She'll
yeah.
tell you in a minute.
Be
You mess around, I'll
stepmama.
be a
Wait,
stepmama. Yep,
I got
yes, you
one of
do.
those stories too, Aisha. I got one of them stories too. Oh, but
Lord, y'all are
I need to
something
write that
Yes,
else.
book.
write a
I need to
book.
write that book.
You need to get that book together.
You show.
Oh,
Because I'm telling you right now, I'm a
because
pre-order.
his daddy was finer than he was, and
I'm a
he was
pre-order.
playing games, and his daddy slipped around that corner. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it. I'll say that for another time. But dude tried his best to get back with me, and when I tell you that girl, he broke up with me, drug him through the mud. I
It's
saw
always
that
like
Joker
that.
something like 10 years later, and he was like,
Usually how
man,
it goes.
That's
he
It's
how it
always
looked.
goes.
like that.
He was younger than me, but he looked old. He looks older than me now,
Mm.
and he was like, I just remember his because they mamas always loved me, and their mom was telling me, I don't know why he left you for that trash. That girl is a mess, and she drug him to. They were going to court for things, and it was all kind of things going on with that. And he tried to do the double back and come back through in it, and no player, I'm good. But energies, he got what he wanted.
Whew.
Yeah, when people
Dear
do dirty
young
stuff
lady.
like that, I don't think they realize that you basically write what I call a karmic check.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you're gonna have to, I call it shall I say, a karmic check, like a loan. You're gonna have to pay that back one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to try to settle it, settle the debt and be on the positive, you
Mm,
know, as I call it, balancing your books, so that
yep.
way, when you move forward, it don't come back on you.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell y'all one of the, and I wish men would not deal with this. They would let this phase go, but it's real popular. It's probably been around since the beginning of time, and it's probably gonna go to the end of time. But using women to get sex and then dumping them, that hurt yourself more than you hurt the woman.
That goes
Because
back to what Marquita was
because
saying. It's an ego thing.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but and then what they don't realize is just like we have soul ties, they have soul ties too.
Yes.
Absolutely, it works
And
both
then
ways.
and then they wonder why they end up in prison or outside free and still imprisoned in their mind,
Mm-hmm.
can't make decisions because you slept with that woman that slept with other men that slept with that man, and y'all you have all these spirits and these situations, and then on top of that, nowadays you can't really do that nowadays,
Or
because women is
or they
shooting
end up with
y'all,
someone who they really love and they treat them like trash.
and then
Yep.
these women are they shooting you, they getting old dude to come rob you. And did y'all see that man that post today where that
Yes,
man
the other
had
day.
the helmet on?
Yes, he
Because
got
the
shot in the
girl,
head.
yes,
Yep.
What
his
happened?
head is clay. That's all they could put on his head was clay and a helmet. Because She set him up to get robbed. He
Yep.
thought he's going for sneaky links, and he
Ooh.
didn't know who he was sneaky linking with.
He said he heard her on the phone saying, make sure that shit don't hit me.
Yeah,
And yeah,
because he was
said he didn't know
flashing
that
money and stuff.
that's what it meant. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, you gotta watch who you land
Got
with.
to be more careful.
Yes,
Holy crap.
I'm telling you,
Got to be more careful.
we scaring people. Let's move on.
No, there's a man, purple sweat said coming from a man, big fat. So, you know,
Okay.
I think the men will be like, no, you wrong, sis.
Let me put that on the
Wow.
screen so people know I'm not lying
That's
and I'm not
crazy.
man bashing. I ain't man bashing, I promise.
That's my brother.
Hey, brother.
I almost said something inappropriate. I was like, okay, purple sweat. Yeah, a mirror
Down,
image
girl,
of muscle
down.
and pants.
See that scorpion energy? See that scorpion energy coming through?
Sorry. I'm about to be in the
Aisha
family,
is
Sarita, that fast. About to be in the
Aisha
family.
is hilarious.
About to be,
Let me
about
get
to-
him
about
off
to
the
be
screen
sisters
before
like
she
that.
close out my show.
That's
Aisha is so
funny.
you're such a bad girl. You're such a bad girl,
That's
Isha.
scorpion energy.
I'm gonna
No,
go
ma'am.
get her. Pew pew. See, I go for it.
No, ma'am.
Bye.
Okay, come on. All right, ladies, deal breakers.
Deal breakers. Ooh.
Anybody chime in? Everybody got
A
different deal breakers.
liar.
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
can't say it like that. Yes.
Period. You can make mistakes and be honest about your mistakes, and I'll forgive you if you're
Yeah.
upfront and forthcoming. But if you lie to
To
me,
me, it's
I'm
done.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to piggyback off that. I don't like apologizers.
Uh-huh.
There's people that continuously apologize, but their
They
behavior
keep
don't
doing
change.
it.
Don't change. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't
just went
stand
through a
it.
lesson. I just went through a lesson some months ago with that.
Uh-huh.
I'm
And
sorry.
I said, you know what? I'm peeping it. Like
I'm
your
so
sorry,
sorry,
don't
baby. I
have no
did.
weight with me.
I was wrong. You know, I shouldn't have done it.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Let me do it again.
Let me do it again. See how much
In a
she can
different
take.
way.
Mm-hmm.
How much you gonna take?
Deal
From?
breaker.
Yeah. What you got? Violet Empress.
A liar. Yeah, I can't stand a liar. Even if it's a small lie. I don't care if it's like a small lie. I can't stand being
That's
lied.
the worst. A small lie is the worst. Because
Yes,
like, that's
I
not even
cannot
nothing you should lie about.
stand being lied to. Okay. Another thing I can't stand is threatening me. Like I'm talking about, because I've told this ladies about how someone I used to date would threaten their life. Like they would threaten to kill themselves if I left them.
That is not your responsibility.
Mental manipulation at its best.
Not stand that because okay, you done said this like 5 times, but yet you still here breathing. I'm not understanding.
Ma'am.
And you try not to be
Not-
callous
not
like
that
that.
I'm not-
No.
You try not to be
Catch the
callous,
gangster.
but you be like, come on, please go get counseling. That is not my person. I didn't go to school for that.
Yeah, don't try to do that.
Good luck. And if he don't, and then you got to think, if he don't care about his own life, he don't care about mine. I need to get him away from me.
I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Deal breakers. Unfinished business and baggage.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Right.
Overlapping
Like,
relationships.
a lot of
That's
times
good.
men always wanted to. When I was younger, because I was married and divorced by the time I was 25, 26.
Mhm.
I actually just celebrated my 20th year of divorce. It's a beautiful thing. But every time I met a man, they would ask me these questions just to burn me. How many kids, how many fathers I had, my children. And they would ask me if I was I married? That was after. And I'd be like, my ex-husband? Or at the time I was dating, I was like, oh, I'm still married. I'm going through a divorce. And they'd be like, oh, you married? It just felt like they were just trying to manipulate the situation because I was a single mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that really just annoyed me more than anything. And yes, not dealing with your kids. Yes, definitely. But I was opposite. I didn't want anybody dealing with my kids. I didn't want to give my kids any false narrative. A lot of people give you the representation of themselves, and then your kids get involved, and then when you see them for who they are and get rid of them, it's another loss for your kids. So I didn't bring anybody around my kids, and it was a whole rigorous situation for me. Rigorous.
I'm sorry. Let me get my butt out the damn comments.
I know.
I
What did
see you
Kim
being
say?
fast tail over there.
What are you doing, Aisha?
Nat,
Hey,
she
well,
like my ass up on
obviously,
front. Let me
I'm grabbing.
behave.
Which crystal am I
wait a
grabbing?
minute.
Which
Well,
one?
obviously, you gotta hide your brothers. Hide your brothers.
Now look, now I'll flirt, but I respect my sisters. Now I'll be like, hey
We
sis,
just
you know, you
playing.
give me the
We
thumbs,
already know.
I'm
We
good.
know. We
You
just
hand out,
silly like
you
this,
hand out the
Aisha. We
baton and let me know. Going for it. Okay? Going for it.
let me
She's
tell
like,
you
put me in,
something.
coach. Put me in, coach.
Hey,
Let me tell you something. I don't
sis,
knock
is it
nobody.
cool?
Shoot your shot.
You know,
I'm not doing this with y'all.
Shoot
me
I
in,
can
something.
flirt though.
I'm not,
Everybody ain't nobody mad. We ain't even asked the man if he's married or got a woman. We
Hey,
just
I like
putting
to
him on.
make the men smile, make them feel good. You know
You so sweet.
She said she's being a safe space, Kim.
Let me tell you something. Aisha is really sweet. She just silly as hell.
that I am. That I am. But I'm mean too, though. I tell people I'm sweet, but I could be mean.
yes,
She
that
feisty.
Hulk.
She fight. Yeah, look, you saw
Yes,
her
the
face.
Hulk.
She feisty.
Okay,
Don't
so
make
to
me turn
keep
green.
So
keep
my
the
deal. So
time
my
and keep
deal
things
breaker.
moving.
Yeah, my deal
Let's
breaker
keep
is baggage. Get rid of all the other stuff we got going
That was a
on.
good one though. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
got a
let
question for you on
go
that
ahead.
though. But honestly, how many people really know how to get rid of baggage? And I say this, like I said, and again, not to bash my fellows, but I feel like women are more amped to unpack baggage than
Mm,
men are. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
we'll take the time, but there are still some women out here that's struggling with that too. But I just feel like we're more eager to say, you know what, enough is enough. Let me
Can I
lighten the
say
load.
let me say
Yes, ma'am.
this. One thing is that's missing is the community.
Mm-hmm.
The community where we had those aunties
Mm-hmm.
that were functional aunties. We had grandmothers that
Mm,
prayed for you. You
mm-hmm.
had grandfathers that would tell you the man's side of the pain that he may be
Mm-hmm.
going through as to why it didn't work and how
Mm-hmm.
you can get past that. We don't have that community of people
True.
anymore. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have where you can trust your kids over here with these people while you maybe want to listen to a little jazz and sip a little liquor and just reflect. Oh wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? What?
Yeah.
This is the
You
second
hear?
time she done did this. Kim, what happened?
Can't hear
Nope, we
you.
can't hear you.
Okay.
She had to come back. Uh-oh.
Mm-mm.
Is it that button that you pushed last time that you weren't supposed to push?
Right. Uh-oh. She's breathing. Breathe, Kim. Breathe. I hear something.
Yeah, I hear something like you want to do something.
Hold
Mm-hmm.
on, let me hold
No,
on.
you
Can you hear me
back.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
I don't know why, because I paid the power bill and the internet. I done paid both them bills. They are at zero right now.
Hey, it would have probably did a
She said, yeah,
Yes.
it would just shut you down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was about to go. Y'all see me trying to bring my constitution back together. But we don't have that community anymore where because for the black community, we're not quick to go get counseling.
Yeah.
Because number one, we couldn't afford it. We
Oof.
couldn't afford it. Or there was some type of stigma attached to it. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
she
Or you have to
crazy.
be
She's a
comfortable
crazy
with
kid.
talking to somebody. You gotta be real
Yeah.
open to a therapist.
Yes.
You know.
And a therapist, that's a bearing situation.
Yeah.
I dare you to get 10 minutes in without crying.
Ooh.
and then
Because
but get in 10 minutes and be BSing.
yeah, and then also nine times out of 10, they cost so much you had no choice but to be straight and frank with them
Okay.
if you
Right.
really are if you're really trying to heal your situation. But we don't have that community no more, whereas
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are dealing with their issues on their own
On your
strength.
own.
And how do you deal with an issue within your issues?
That's
You
deep.
cannot find, I mean, and then nowadays people go online, and
Yeah.
what they run into online, a bunch of folks that don't have no degree,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that are still bullshitting and ray-raying,
You have no.
causing
Mm-hmm.
problems in their own home, sleeping
Mm-hmm.
around with other people's man and woman,
Mm-hmm.
and doing all kind of crazy stuff on here, giving posting memes and giving out broken information. Y'all remember me on Vine? I used to tell them that information you just gave is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Mm-hmm.
incorrect. Stop
Or
telling people
people,
that
yeah,
shit.
or people get stained because I was always the advice giver, dropping gems all the
Yes.
time on Vine, and
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
get
I
mad
had
at
it
me.
go off to let them know, no, I stand all 10 toes down on what I'm about to say, and it ain't from no meme that you read online. This
It's
is
from
from I
experience.
lived this, and
And you
this is
gotta
what
be
I
willing
did
to
and got out of
learn.
it.
You gotta be willing to learn and listen. You gotta
Yeah.
be willing. Like, you have to shut your mouth and listen when someone's trying to help you.
Yeah.
And Kim, I give one thing I can say about you, and I'm sure you ladies can feel this. Also, people got to understand too. There are people that are realists with themselves. You live things, and you were wanting to heal, wanting to learn the lesson, so you could pass it
Yeah.
on. And I tell people all the time, you could peep certain people in the information they give, like you were stating about people online just want to spew stuff. It's a difference between a know-it-all and a person that's really gifted with wisdom.
Yes.
And you could tell by their delivery.
Yes.
A know-it-all just yep. And a person with wisdom will let you know, hey, I've been through this. I
Yes,
know what
because
this is. And you can tell the conviction from it as well.
you got a lot of people that are in love with hearing themselves talk.
Yep.
And for a long time, I was so enamored by my voice telling people things. And then I realized one day, what am I talking? I'm not, what am I doing?
And see, I was the opposite.
And I had to learn to speak from experience and stop trying to speak what might make them like you, what make people excited about you.
But I tell people, before you present teachings, I tell people you a cold mofo if you can make yourself cry. People don't understand. With me, I had to tear me down.
I would scare people when that happened.
Tear me down. I stared in the
Yeah.
mirror at self and said, Aisha, you know better. Check yourself. Ego
I would scare
talking
people
and
when
make
I be
myself
talking.
cry.
I would scare people when I be talking and the tears was running down my face, and they were like, "Is she okay?" And I tell them I'm fine. That was something that was in me that I had to purge. And in me teaching someone else, I don't care about how I look. Because you know, a lot of people want to look good giving advice online. Now they go put a face full of makeup, hair, wig, booth on it, clothes. Sometimes I came on that joke. Y'all remember? I came on Vine looking like I just stepped out of bed and said, "Let me give you this word."
Baby, I was always in bed, so
exactly. And you be like, you know what? Let me get this. I was like, y'all putting on all this makeup.
So I never put my face, but I seen a quote.
Hold on. Go ahead.
I seen a quote that said, "Healing is not supposed to be cute."
When
I said that, I said
it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It's
because y'all remember last time we talked, I told y'all
and a red nose.
I had to surrender. And surrendering is the most vulnerable place you can be.
And some people are not ready for that. Some people are not ready for that growth. People are not ready to heal because they are comfortable being in that moment. They're comfortable being stuck. Some people want to just always go in this cycle.
Or like, this is who I am.
This is who I am. This is how I was raised. This is how my parents raised me. You're 50 still saying that. No. No. We can't be doing that. Talking, this is how I was raised. Oh, but you're out your mama's house. You're an adult now.
And that's what, like another thing, when people come to me and ask me, well, why are you single? Choice. I'm not going to give you no long explanation. I choose. And that's one thing that's been taken away from a lot of women. I can't talk for the men. Men got to speak for themselves. But for women, the choice to be single, to not be sexually active, whatever choice you make, whether you want to
deal with them,
have babies,
to deal with them is a choice.
We in this world as women are not allowed to have choice without some sort of why.
Yeah, because I get that out. You're too good looking to be single, and I'm like, what? Number one, what the hell that mean?
Exactly.
And B, you definitely ain't got no damn chance for even saying some stupid shit like that.
Like, bitch, I know I'm sexy. I could turn this faucet off whatever the fuck I want.
Okay.
Watch
comfortably.
Me.
Tell me something I don't know.
I owe somebody my coochie. They don't get the fuck on. Some of this stuff people be saying is just so asinine to me. And I don't spend long trying to let them know. They be coming to me with these. This one time, I called myself trying to come out of hibernation and to date a little bit. But just like that other meme, or that little sound that they got out now saying every time she tries to give herself they give her a reason why not to.
I actually use that.
I call myself trying to can't. I tried to come out of a hibernation and try to call myself dating, and
And y'all literally
they
show me why
couldn't
I
even
hibernate.
they couldn't even give me the benefit of dating me in my age group. He's asking me questions you ask a little 20-year-old. I was like, do you know what kind of woman you have in front of you? You asking me shit my children on our group. I have a young man that's almost 30 years old as a son. He wouldn't even entertain this bullshit this man is asking me. And I was like, I see why I'm single. Because
Now,
I'm not here for
wait
this.
till you get on your spiritual journey.
That's gonna be a
I've already been on that.
That's a whole nother level.
Let me tell you something. The celibacy is part of my spiritual journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As it should be.
That should be the start. I feel like that's the start.
Because let me tell you what I did.
That's the start.
Let me tell you what I did. I wrote down in a book every man I slept with. And I read each name. And I worked on cleansing myself of that person. All of the hurt, the issues, whatever I had lingering that had nothing to do with him, things that I was holding on and demonizing myself with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes I'll be like, I must not have been good enough because he didn't stay. I was so good. I had to get over all that. And so, and I know people was like, she wrote it out. That must have been a long ass list. Yes, it was. Because at a certain point in time, I was sexually free. And I didn't feel much trauma during that time because these were things that I wanted to do myself. In me exploring my body and different things like that. Call me a hoe, call me whatever the fuck, but I don't answer to those. It doesn't bother me.
That contradiction too.
I hate
that women are hoes
because
you are sexually expressive in whatever man where you know running game on a dude and doing them like you do like they do women. You know what I'm saying? Or that's what you like. You deemed a hoe, but for a man, it's all he a player and da 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 da. Like, and that makes me mad when it, like I said, the contradiction. Oh, she ran through. You got communities at this period, at this pace. So I mean, you come on, dog. Like pick a struggle. You can't say, you know, she for the streets and you got community penis. It's the same thing.
But you know what prided me about that era was I could see those people out and about that call themselves using me and dogging me out, and every one of them say the same thing. Kim, you was a good person. You were so kind to me, and I'm sorry. And these are unprovoked apologies. I didn't ask for no apology. They were just, I just wanted to see how you been doing. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. And you was a good person. I should have, and I got so many. I should have stayed with you.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, I got those too.
Yeah,
you was a good woman. You know. So even though I was around there doing my thug thizzle, I wasn't dogging nobody. I did it without having to disrespect or dog anybody out.
Yep.
And being sexually free, I don't regret that.
Nope.
That you shouldn't.
Because to be honest with you, when I was being sexually free, it was with people I cared about. Every one of them. Whether they cared about me, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I'm in control of nobody's feelings but my own. Let me move on while we got a quiet spot. Sex organs, what they are and what they aren't. This be funny. This gonna be funny. Can I start?
What was the question again?
Sex organs, what they are
and what they aren't. A dick cannot wear out a vagina. Okay.
That part.
If my 7 pound, 6 ounce, 22-inch baby didn't do
9 pound, 3 ounce baby.
Please. Thank you.
21 and a half inches. So
it's
a muscle. It's made to stretch.
Yeah.
Your Oscar Mayer wiener. If it ain't the size of a baby, cannot wear out a vagina. And the reason why you can't feel the walls is because your dick is small.
Well, actually,
I'm just playing.
Actually, no.
For some of them it is.
A lot of
some of y'all it is.
No, but a lot of men have it mixed up. And again, this shows you like
Ooh, this wig
Not
tight.
being educated on a woman's body. Number
Yes.
one, a woman is not supposed to get extremely tight. That means that she's not enjoying it. When she relaxes and she's enjoying it, it will open up like a flower. So you're not going to feel walls. If you're feeling too much of walls, bruh,
she dry.
It ain't even drying. She's not enjoying you. You're not turning her on.
That's pretty much like she's just there so she don't get fined.
It's a desert.
that part. No, seriously, it ain't even with the. I mean, and she's dry because she's not turned on.
Yeah, that's pretty much you know.
And then what they said,
a misconception about women. I couldn't No, then she was extremely turned on. She opened up her
and
all the way up.
He doesn't know how to stroke, cause. Go ahead, Aisha.
Okay, go ahead, Lex. No, let you go. Literally, literally. And my thing is a woman's vagina is not number. Okay, I got a couple of them. I'm about to go in.
Tell the truth.
A woman's vagina, number one, that's not a space for you to empty all your frustrations and troubles, insecurities, and things like that.
Yes.
Or
I go straight to the womb.
You ain't got to pound around to no. We're not your pounding bag.
Yes.
Intimacy. I feel like intimacy should be healing.
And that's
I'm gonna tell you, for a
while, your men should know that though. Like the person that you're with should know that by that point.
Because for a while, men forgot foreplay even existed.
And that goes back, like you said again, talking.
Yeah,
like you said, listen to the music, talking, leading up to. People really think, foreplay before you get into sexual activity. No.
But do y'all remember that time when it was like a period of time where men forgot what foreplay was? That it started even sometimes like before you even came in the same room. I'm celibate, so I'm a little bit out of touch. So y'all have to remind me.
I'm 4 years in. And actually I'm like 4 years in. So my last dealings, it's like that. It's like there's nothing. It's just nothing.
Yeah. And so like when you go from tantric to
yeah.
If you don't get your ass on somewhere, what is you doing?
Right. And that's when I was just like,
let me tell you something.
Done. I'm over it.
I'm going to tell you what was the precursor to me becoming celibate. It was really it wasn't an out of body experience. It didn't go nowhere. I did this boy like this. Get up, get off me. Get off me. That let me know this is it. I'm done.
Yep.
It's a wrap. I'm like, get your ass off me. Mushed his ass by the forehead. Get off
What's
me.
The Apollo when they should sweep the?
Yes, stand man. I heard that man feelings bad because he just thought he was throwing down. I was like, number one, you're having sex like I'm not even here.
You in it for yourself.
Woo.
Yes, like you don't even care.
Terrible.
If I'm even.
But to me, that exposes that's a person that's moving in selfishness.
Because I'm like, if I'm laying here still and this man ain't noticed nothing, I get your ass out of me. He's like, what you tripping? Nah, you getting out of here.
Oh, Kim, you just triggered something. You said turn-offs. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
What?
If we are enjoying each other, don't ask
me. Oh, you don't want to talk to? Okay.
Listen to my body. She talks to you. She'll talk.
Hold on.
And breathing.
Yeah.
What's that? Hold on. What's that dude in porn that talk too fucking much?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What that man name
I know
is?
you talk about the Two Pistols.
Wesley Pipes.
that might be a little too old for some people.
Wesley Pipes. Every time I'd run, because you see the thumbnail and you like, ooh, that man got a nice one, and then you see it's Wesley. Fuck that one. Skip. This man talks too fucking much. I want to come to the screen like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up and fucker, if you don't shut up, you talk too much.
Get to the point.
Shut up.
So not even a couple of words here. See, I like talking, but we ain't got to have like a whole conversation.
Sometimes you get to that point.
I I want to hear what. See, this is the best part about it. The same thing that men want out of women, I want out of men. I want to hear a man moan. I want to hear him moan.
Sometimes you want a little that.
You know what? I'm tapped in when he moans.
Aisha,
When he moans,
sometimes
I tapped in. He talking, thinking. I don't need him thinking.
Marquita.
Kim, I've been quiet this whole show. Let's keep it
No,
on.
you haven't.
that tea. You have been
That
quiet.
tea got her wide open.
Yes. My boo said she had something to say.
Aisha.
I got triggered.
You definitely did.
No, that wasn't me telling Marquita to be quiet. That was me telling Marquita not to fall off that bed.
And it's high up. I don't have a low bed. My bed is on a platform, so I will hurt myself.
Did y'all not see Marquita swinging over there?
Yeah. So she definitely got triggered.
Okay. Okay. Now go ahead, Marquita.
Girl, listen. I'm 4 years into abstinence. It don't mean that I don't have no feelings.
Yeah, true.
You're triggering these memories right now. You're triggering things right now. You know, brought up West Side. I'm thinking, porn.
That was a trigger. That was a flashback.
But you know what, Aisha? It's nothing wrong with a little sexy talking. Y'all are in each other's ear when it's reciprocal. Yes. But if you're talking, that man sounded like an instructional video.
Like exactly.
Yeah,
no, put your mouth here. No, do it this. Like if you don't,
he talk too much. Yeah. No, now over talking is definitely, but a little.
Yeah, romantic.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I feel Marquita what she said. Y'all feel Marquita 110% what she said. Like literally. Yeah. I want to hear you.
That's a question.
Like you said, body talk, body language talks, breathing talks.
Marquita.
I mean, even the heartbeats.
Marquita, bring up your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's over here. I'm sorry.
Now, how you gonna go get a mic and not use it?
Because I got a voice that carries, so I didn't want to be in the mic.
Marquita.
Yes.
Let me tell you what I heard, Marquita. This is what I heard.
What?
I was like, I don't understand nothing Marquita saying. Let me get her.
All right,
let me rein her in.
Here we go.
Okay, thank you.
I'm in position. Is that better? Is that better?
Thank you, love muffin.
Y'all freaking love Kim. I swear to God.
Not love muffin.
She said love muffin.
I do love
her. I swear to God, boy.
Yes, what else is a sex organ not? Go ahead, Miss Rita.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on that. I got lost.
Yeah, dick is not a sledgehammer.
No. Or a pipe.
And a vagina is not a hand job. They're different, you know. Because I know some of y'all be having a death grip on your little penis and be about to kill yourself. A vagina is not. Anyway.
Stop it, Kim. Oh, gosh.
And then on top of that, this too. Okay. I'm going to get a little real. Come on back, Sarita. I'm going to get a little real. Anal sex is not vaginal sex. These are two different parts of the body that feel different. And you cannot expect the vagina to do what the anus does.
People don't know
that? Obviously, they don't. Because you got a lot of men that have abandoned the vagina for the asshole.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
And I
didn't either. I'm looking like,
because you got a lot, and I hate to tell, and I'd be like, you know what? You got men that'll ask women, you take it in there.
I question those men.
Exactly. If any man that'll slide past wet vagina to get dry ass, that you got to go find lube for.
Yeah, I question those men
all the time. No, let me tell you something. It was like in the early 2000s. That's all men were wanting. I don't know what happened on their side of the fence, but after a while, they stopped wanting vagina. And I used to say, any man that wants my ass more than my vagina,
we got a problem.
I can't help you, bro. Because everybody got an asshole. Y'all see how I'm looking?
Even
everybody got quiet. Why y'all got quiet?
Hey, this ain't our area.
It ain't my area either. Stop abandoning titties. Stop leaving
I
titties
learned
dry,
something every
please.
day.
People be abandoning titties. Titties are beautiful. Y'all are getting quiet now.
Oh,
I thought y'all
I'll
was
tell you.
passing. Y'all
No,
grown.
my daughter ruined them for me. After nursing, they just weren't. They didn't.
Yeah, your nipples die.
Yeah, they just not the same for me.
They're not.
My
They die.
Died. Y'all died.
They
They
dead.
my
died.
Like it
sensitivity
took
is
me
not there
years to
anymore.
get feelings in my nipples.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't
not
I don't
trying to
get that
overshare,
anymore.
Yeah,
but after
breastfeeding.
nursing,
Breastfeeding.
yes, them
Okay.
Yeah.
jokers
See, I
died.
didn't have elongated breastfeeding time. My
Hey,
oldest tried for a
Sam.
little bit, and my youngest he didn't want it at all. So I guess that was.
I
I'm
was only
so
My
able to
oldest
do.
told me
sorry.
I was
straight up
only able
no.
to do one. My
Okay.
youngest, my baby girl, but she killed them jokers.
Well,
Yeah,
I
mine
got
She
told me
something
killed
for
they
them.
you.
were too.
I
Wow.
got something for you.
What you got?
It's so hard to say goodbye. I just wanted to sing a little song in memorial to y'all,
My nipple
y'all
sensitivity.
breasticles.
Oh
I'm
My
no,
so
nipple
mine is back.
sorry
They
sensitivity.
back now.
that. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all the healers. Why y'all can't heal y'all titties?
Girl, that's some other different magic. I don't know. I wasn't a healer before then. If
I'm
I
gonna
would
be
have
Isn't
known
honest
the
with
it
you.
nothing
herb,
that can bring
That's
the
a good.
sensitivity back to
It
the?
probably is, but you want to
Because
hear
you know
something that's
that
funny?
the breasts are filled with all kind of veins and capillaries.
It is. It's been about 25 years. My baby's 25 now, and I really never thought about that.
mine was 22. I didn't think about it
Uh-huh.
neither.
I
You
never
must
thought
have
about
left
it.
your things alone yourself too. You just wash them and keep going, huh?
Pretty much,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't know.
so
Because
I
well,
well,
because I mean,
I'm
well,
gonna give
even
you a
with
little
that,
homework.
you got those of us that nurse because it don't become
It's not sexual
it ain't
anymore.
sex.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
understand that's what
It because
breasts
you
were
know what
actually
I'm saying?
created
Like,
for.
it's so you go that long period without your breast being touched or
You don't
suckled
even
by
view
your
them,
man.
right? You
It's
don't even
like
view them as sexual because it's just, oh, gotta feed the baby. It's like having your bottles. Like,
exactly.
And that's sad
yeah.
Yeah.
because a lot of times your man be sitting on the side looking at him like, boy, I miss them joints.
Yeah, mine told me one day when I was nursing, he was like, boy, she just fucking up the tits.
Just took over my show.
He said just ruined them.
That was part of my repertoire, and here this baby come messing up the day.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're grown in here. All of us, all
Mm.
4 of these women up here, y'all see we're grown and we talk about these things.
Oh
It's
man.
women and sex, so you ought to know at some point we talk about sex. So all these
I don't know why sex is a
whoa,
taboo for a woman to talk about it.
woo,
You
and
ever notice that? Why is it always
anybody
taboo
in the
for a woman to
audience
talk
would
about
like to
sex?
ask a question, please ask a question because we're taking them. So we're gonna start wrapping up soon. So if you got a question, ask it. Don't be mad.
Don't be scary.
And while
Don't be
we're
sorry.
and while we're waiting on them to ask a question, romance. What do you feel is missing nowadays from like when you see the way people are dating? Because everybody's
Simplicity.
having what they call it, gender reveals and big weddings and all this other stuff, but can't stay
Simplicity.
married. Don't want the kids half the time. What's missing?
Simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Take me on a picnic.
Yeah.
Let's go sit by the water. Like I don't want to go to like Roof Chris. I don't care about a damn state. Let's go
Yeah.
somewhere and it's just us in our space and talk. Like let's do that. Or not talk. Or I don't know. I'm so past the whole where he took me and I got dressed and did this and got I
Mhm.
don't care. I
Take
feel
me
like
to
all that energy
Dubai.
taken. Right? Who care? I don't care about that. Like you could take me to Dubai mentally. You could build that.
Yes.
I just there's no simplicity. Everything has to be over the top. Everything has to be
Mhm.
extra. Everybody's so living above their means to make statements and picture
Yes.
perfect lives,
To
and
people
they're
that
not
don't
living.
even like
Right?
them.
Yeah, and they're not even living.
And also people that don't even want them to have nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to impress people that want y'all to break up.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
what? Like
Mm.
that's
Mhm.
another thing I learned too. Keep your relationship very quiet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yep, that part.
Very
All right,
quiet.
Sarita, I want to hear what she say. I'm gonna answer last.
Yes. What's
Nikki.
missing?
What's missing?
Everything. Well, not for
Uh-huh.
me, but um, just I think
What did
just
you notice
time.
when you was out there? What was missing? When you was single, what did you notice was missing?
People not spending enough time with each other.
Mm-hmm.
People rushing or just overdoing things. Like the simplest things is the best. Simple is best. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I think
Yeah.
that's for people in my age group. I feel like it's all about money. It's
Yeah.
all
Mm-hmm.
about the pockets. No, like Marquise, take me by the water because I'm a very simple woman. I don't ask for much at
Mm-hmm.
all because I don't need much. So that makes me happy. Just time. People don't spend enough time with each other. I don't think.
No.
Like it's no time. People just rush, 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 rush. Like dang, relax.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's true. Put the phone down. They're trying to chronicle
Ooh,
every
yeah.
little thing they're doing. You
Yes.
can you cannot link with one another if you have any distractions going on.
Mhm.
And a lot of the things that you see online, like a lot of time people be posting stuff, and I'd be like, how much time did you actually spend enjoying the date?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You don't have to
Because you
record
couldn't.
everything.
Yes, because you're putting filters on food and stuff. What that? You can tell you when I was out on a date, which was rare as hell. When I went out on a date and I got dressed or if I didn't get dressed, if I said we're just going here today or just to plan something because I was on your mind and you call me and say, hey, get dressed. We're going here such and such a day
Mm-hmm.
at this time. Where we going? I'm coming to get you. And come and get you, take you, show you to a nice time. He
Mm-hmm.
ain't had to pull out his wallet worth nothing, but you had a blast.
Mm-hmm.
I had a dude took me fishing. When I tell you I was so happy to fry that little ugly fish I caught, he
Sweet
told
too.
me this goes back to Sarita. Sarita said, teach me something. He taught me
Mm-hmm.
how to clean a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Now people don't think much of that. But look at how the times are now.
Mhm.
Them grocery stores might be closing soon because ain't gonna be nothing in there.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
But I
Mm-hmm.
know how to fish and I know how to
Mm-hmm.
clean a fish. I will go
Yep.
get me a license, an updated license, and I'll get out here and fish.
Mhm.
And from ROTC, I know how to shoot shit too. I'll go out
Mm-hmm.
there and shoot me a deer and go pay somebody to cut it up. Cause I'm not cutting no big ass deer up. Cause that's like murder to me.
My uncle used to hunt. That's a weird sight to watch that happen.
It is.
Mm-hmm. So
But you
don't
know,
worry,
when you
you
gotta feed a
pay
family,
somebody.
you
No,
gotta
that's
figure
what
it
I'm saying.
out.
So you go ahead and pay somebody because I don't think I could do that
Yeah, I'll
either.
pay somebody to clean it because I'm not chopping. That's too much like a
Mm-hmm.
body.
Yeah, it's a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But I remember I went over a friend of mine's house and her daddy had cleaned up some deer meat and he cooked that thing. When I say that deer meat was awesome, it was awesome.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock it. It was a little salty, but I wasn't gonna knock it.
Oh,
If
yes,
these
definitely salty.
if Walmart closes, we gotta do what we gotta do. And we
Mm-hmm.
meat eaters
All right.
around here.
Right.
But I appreciated that in that he didn't try to impress me with stuff. He
Right.
probably didn't even really want to take me out, but he was like, I know something that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Let me show her what I
And
like.
sharing is a beautiful thing. Sharing something is beautiful.
Let me tell you, sitting there just talking, just shooting the breeze and waiting on fish. That was one of the best dates in my memory.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably 30 years later. And I remember like it was yesterday. And I thank him for that if I ever see him again. Anyway, thank you, Sarita, for that.
Another flashback.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
too
put it in my
much.
book. I'm gonna put it in my book.
You better write these notes down. Write these notes down now.
Let me put it in my book. Y'all be talking stuff up on me, putting me to work all the time.
No, I think you could pull this book off.
You definitely
Cause, y'all,
can. You got stories
Mm-hmm.
for days.
Cause if I tell it in Auntie Kim's voice,
That's
oh,
right.
They gonna die laughing because half the
Yep,
stuff is funny as hell.
baby. Kim, I see this being a book and a movie. Okay.
Come tell you, cause some of the solutions that I have for stuff, hilarious. When I look back on it, I'm hilarious. Let me tell you something. One of them, I paid him back with a pan of barbecue chicken. Dropped it off at his mama house. His mama tore through that. His brother, and his mama tore through that pan of barbecue chicken. And when he got to his mama house, wasn't nothing left. That joker showed up at my door. You gonna be cooking for my mama? You ain't me. You ain't even together no more. How you gonna be cooking for my mama? Where my chicken at?
Interesting.
Right.
That's another thing. Excuse me. Even though you broke up, they still expect the good things from it. Like, boy, if you don't get out of my face.
Right. I would say for mine, it would be romance and like not.
Yeah, but that's the question. That's the question.
Well, no.
What's missing from romance?
No, romance is missing from romance.
Right. It's risky for
Hot ass
romance.
mess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because everybody think that romance again is physical and sexual.
Yeah.
Romance is like I say, a caress of the shoulder, touching your arm, holding your hand while sitting in the car and listening to music, you know what I'm saying, and talking, you know. And I agree with you, all you guys, simplicity. Like, it's gotten away from that. Like, I've always told guys, you don't have to get me a bouquet of flowers.
Nope.
Roses. You can give me one rose. You know, I've always been that type of person. You know,
you
like
a piece of candy.
So romance and simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, she said I took my husband on Staten Island Ferry as a date. No money spent, and we shared a. Let me tell you something.
Beautiful.
When I was a little girl and I was on the Staten Island Ferry,
love it.
When you stand on the outside at night and all you see is the lights on the water,
it's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful on Staten Island Ferry. I miss that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yes.
People don't understand the value of water and the breeze that comes off the water. It's very cleansing.
It's water is healing.
Oh, I love water.
Water's people don't realize it's a very strong element, but it is definitely it's healing. There's a lot of healing in water, being around it, being in it, listening to it.
Lord, now Marquita's daughter giving me work to do. She said do an audio book.
But you know what? She's right.
You know how long it took me to get this podcast heated up.
But your voice is beautiful, Kim. And speaking in your tone, I listen to audiobooks. So speaking in your tone, like the way you talk, I would sit and listen to you on my way to work with no problem.
There's a good question.
Crack up.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Tony.
There's a good question.
I received that, Miss Tony.
There was a good question by Honey Bunny.
Did I miss it?
It says, what do you think caused the breakdown of good old fashioned intimacy?
You want me to answer that?
I can answer that. Number one, a lot of people want to do what everybody else do instead of instead of doing intimacy for what works for you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think everybody, you know, even honestly, porn. Porn works for them people. It might not work in your bedroom.
Yeah.
So people see things and think that that's intimacy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. Like you and your partner, and that goes back to what we were all saying: communicating, talking to people. You know what I'm saying?
Love language.
Yeah.
I'll literally get out my head, Sarita. We've been each other's head all day, but like literally. You have to learn a person's love language. And I think that's because we see everybody else like, oh, okay, well, that's how I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to do it like that. That might not work for you or that person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's the breakdown. And then all that, though, people keep on trying to redefine things that already been defined.
Yes. Oh.
I think that's the breakdown. That irritates even to the dances. Like,
I
no, that's what it was called.
Don't recreate the wheel, baby.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's irritating. Like stop trying to redefine something that's already been defined. And I think that's what's breaking stuff down. You know. Yeah. And like we said, like we've been saying all along, these shortcuts to intimacy and things of that nature. I think
Yeah.
that's all was breaking everything down.
Yeah.
You know, and then we lost, honestly, because we're in such a disposable world. We've lost what that grandpa, great grandpa, great grandma love looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where they really liked each other and loved each other.
Right.
Where they're
Yeah.
80 years old and still pawpaw smacking great
Yep.
grandma on her
And they
behind. You know
played.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we don't see that no more.
We're not talking about the ones that had two families on different sides. We ain't
No,
talking about them.
we talking about the
The
few
ones that actually
generations
love their
before that
wives.
era started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
we've lost, you know, that blueprint somewhere in the mess of everything that's happening in the world.
Well, let me tell you
Yeah.
my take on this. It's multifaceted. The community is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's for themselves. I saw
Mm-hmm.
love when I was young. How through how my mother and her friends were. We
Mm.
cared for one another. We
Yep.
like for example when it was my birthday and my mother's friend's daughter birthday had the same day, she got half my birthday cake.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
because it was about sharing with one another. We knew we were all
Yep.
poor.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
number one, community is gone. The love we have for one another, that's a love language.
Gone. Mm-hmm.
Um
We're trying to
then
outdo each other.
now media. The things that you show in media that they sell us, the dream that they sell us is a lie. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't know how to process that lie, so they give what the concept in their head that they think that it means. And what happens in that translation when it's not coming from a real place but an artificial one, an outside force, we end up interpreting it in a way where it is not genuine. Anything that's not genuine has no basis really. So it can go any and everywhere. So that's where you get all this showboating. Oh, her like this new thing talking about he could have got me a ring pop, but he gave me hurt, make his pockets hurt. Da 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 da. And just another way to show off the ring, another way to
Yep.
show off your wedding, another way to show off having babies, and it's just too much.
Yep.
But nobody can show off how long they last or show off this is the problem me and my husband were having and this is how we go through it and how we got through it and who we went to get help. So if you're in a
Yep.
young relationship, if you need help, talk to us. Let's talk to one another and so we can help y'all keep y'all marriage together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone. That's
They
another thing
did.
that go with
Yeah.
community and
Yeah.
simplicity and being the guide for one another. On top of that, egos. Everybody, I don't know what it is, but people have these egos in relationships. Like, why are you competing with the woman that you're with? Why are you competing against
Mm.
the man that you're with?
Woo!
Why are you trying to say, I'm going to make sure I hurt him so he know that I was hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
That
And you wonder why you can't stay together?
Mm-hmm.
You're
that's true.
competing.
You
Why
have
are you
jealousy in a
competing
relationship.
with the man you're supposed to love? Why are you competing with the daughter that is the younger you because you're mad because you're older now?
I never
Why are you
understood
competing
that.
with her instead of saying, when I was young and I look good like that, I was doing that. Don't do that. That's going to hurt you. Do this and you'll be
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
blessed. You're going
mm.
to grow exponentially. Your mama been through
Mm-hmm.
that. Instead, you
Mm-hmm.
around here dressing like her, trying to be a friend, trying to date her son's friends, trying to
Mm-hmm.
date her son's, your daughter's boyfriend.
I'm
You
talking to
around
you
here trying to still be shaped like your daughter, but you're losing your liver because you're shrinking it in a corset and tightening that sucker till you can't even breathe and wonder why you around here pissing brown. Ma'am, your liver's lacerated.
Be
She said
Let
your
the
rereading all
liver
waistline
this.
is
go. Let the
lacerated.
waistline go, baby, and elevate yourself,
Hmm.
please. Now, some
But you know
women,
what though?
some women can
Unfortunately,
keep that shape. Go ahead.
a lot of women have, but a lot and I just had this conversation and somebody was saying that about women shit. I said, well, men, y'all kind of ruined it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all want this falseness of what perfection look like? So all these girls is
No,
running to get the BBLs and things
no,
like
I
that.
was getting to that. I was getting to that because I said it's
Baby.
multifaceted, but that is very important. Like I was saying, the media has us reaching these goals and these heights that are unrealistic to the point where now with social media, it does go into our health. And you wonder why these women are cinching their waists. And then
Yep.
that wasn't good enough. And then you got to get the perfect eyebrows. Then that wasn't good enough. And then they were saying, oh, you have no neck. You got to start losing all this weight. They was walking around with these big ass arms, but they had these little ass waists. And then they was walking around here with these flat asses, but they had the hips. But then they was telling them your ass don't match your
Ooh, that's
legs.
a good
And
one.
then they was walking around here, oh, now I got to get a BBL because the BBL give you ass and hips, but
Yep.
it doesn't give
Then
you
they do
legs. So
and then they mock
it's
you
it's
for getting all
always
plastic surgery.
it's always something unattainable. That's why you do all that, but you notice they can't do at least an hour worth of therapy. You can risk your life. You can risk your life. You can risk limbs. You can still lose your man after you the finest thing on earth.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yep.
can't do the work. The a lot of people are afraid to face themselves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they allow other people to dictate how they should look.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They mask and mask and mask
Mm-hmm.
and mask.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. You gonna
Absolutely
get
not.
all this. You gonna get all this fluff and stuff. Yes, I like sandwiches,
Okay. Hey, as long as you
but
love
I'm
you.
not going.
On here.
And if I deal with my weight loss, that's gonna be something that's outside of you. That's inner. I'm not gonna put that burden on someone else.
Well,
That's
number
me.
one is for self.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Remember when I was losing weight? I was in a relationship, and
I
I
remember
had
that.
posted. I had posted one time. I didn't tell everybody exactly. I just posted. It was like I'm almost at my goal,
Yeah.
and literally that person turned to me and was like, "Why would you post that? You should post it when you reach your goal." And the funny thing about it is that if he'd have dated me maybe 30 years ago, I probably would have been like, "Oh." But you know what I did? I unfollowed and blocked him in the relationship. Oh, you're
All
not gonna
right.
tell me that I can't be beautiful about
Tell
myself.
me.
Exactly.
And we didn't last that long after that. 5 months after that, I think we were done.
Yeah.
As you should have been.
Yes, I was just
That
like, it
is
was like,
something weird to tell you about your journey.
yeah, I shouldn't post that because I'm not
That's
at my
A lot
to
of
me.
people
That's
go through that all
controlling.
the time, though.
very
That's
much,
controlling.
very much so,
Mm-hmm.
very much so. Make you question yourself. That's crazy. And I think a lot of men do that because they don't have self control. Period.
Yeah.
Mental health is priority.
And
Yes,
it's
that's
it's
Yes, it
really
is.
scaring me
mental
because it's a
health.
lot of men that are just performing all kind of patricide and mass murder and killing their girlfriend and
And the children.
it's just crazy now. It's like
Crazy.
everybody's talking about getting in relationships, but nobody's talking about coping in these relationships or coping with yourself. You got some of them
Mm-hmm.
that are so fragile. Their ego is so fragile that any little thing you're walking on eggshells, and I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's important to ask these questions and then
Yes,
we
and
And
I
that's why
cannot
it's even
stand.
more important to sit your ass still and stop jumping from relationship to
Yes.
The
relationship.
relationship.
Sit still and
Yep.
get to know you, heal
Thank you.
yourself.
down.
Like
Do you
literally,
want to hear what's so
that be
funny?
the problem. People are
Yep.
so afraid of being lonely.
Mhm.
They got to jump from one to one to one to
Yeah.
feel
Yeah,
to
because
feel
a lot of
boys.
us don't have breaks in between relationships. We go
No.
from one to extreme to the next. You got to
I-
have breaks in
even-
between those.
Even before I went head first into spirituality. I practiced those things, and my friends thought I was crazy. And I used to be like, no. I said, I'm gonna take a break. I need to figure out where I went wrong and turn left. So I'm gonna check
Yeah.
myself.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in order to do that, I gotta focus on myself. And I literally did that between relationships where I did do the I'm gonna be abstinent. Like I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
focus on me. Isn't that crazy?
That's
That's crazy.
what
No.
you're
To
supposed
me,
to do. Not crazy.
Well,
you're
no, I
supposed
mean,
to. I'm about to say
I'm
that's what you're
saying that-
supposed to do.
Right. I'm just like, that's so crazy.
I mean,
like,
because think about you get blinded by what feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just let's keep it real human. All common sense go out the damn door.
Yeah.
Things
Them
get
damn
scrambled.
endorphins. The
You
damn
know what I'm
endorphins.
saying? Things get scrambled up in there, and you know what I'm saying. And you find yourself putting yourself in situations and circumstances,
Mhm.
and ignoring certain things just because you want. It's like you're chasing a high, like you said,
Yep.
them
Them
endorphins.
endorphins.
You know what I'm
We
Yeah.
saying?
are
And we
chasing
lose
a
our
high.
damn mind, literally.
Well, I
Mhm.
can't speak for nobody. I can't speak for nobody. I can only speak for myself. When it comes to other people, let me speak for other people first, and then I'm gonna speak for myself and tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I've picked up on a lot of people assume that being by yourself is a lonely place.
No, it's
Oh
not.
yeah, people will assume
People
Facts.
do not understand that being with someone, you could still be in a lonely
you're
place
alone.
No.
because
But
it is
D,
an
say
inner
that.
thing. It's an
Say
inner
that.
thing. And so when I realized that, like you were saying, overlapping relationships or making relationships where you don't have a breather, where you're not able to gather your issues and try to deal with them and fix them, people are always saying, I want somebody to know how to handle their situation and don't bring their baggage to the relationship with me. Because, one of the things I used to hate that men would say all the time, I'm different. I'm not like him.
And be exact same.
And
Just
I
in a
told him, I
different
said,
form.
you're different and you may not be him, but you're going to fuck up just differently.
But we also attract the same people if you are that
Exactly.
person. If you're that
Exactly.
person, you're going to attract that person. If
If
you're
you did
what
not
you're
turn
giving
off,
out,
do y'all know about Krispy Kreme donuts
Mm-hmm.
that
mm-hmm,
had a
Mm-hmm.
light on when they got hot
Mm-hmm.
donuts?
Yes.
That's
mm-hmm,
what it's like. When you don't turn that light off, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, they gonna see that's what you worth. They gonna, because she's a hot mess. I'm headed that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's some men that target women that are hot mess on purpose because he
Yep.
know he can get away with his bullshit.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But a healed woman scares me, and I tell people all the time, and especially young ladies, they tell me I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna heal, and I said, let me tell you something. When you heal and you speak from a place of healing, it's gonna be a lonely place
Yeah, it's
Yep.
mm-hmm.
very slim.
because
It's very
people
slim.
love the dysfunction in you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
taking a break is not 2 weeks either.
And
No,
they
it's
Yes,
not.
feed off of it.
It's not
yes.
a
When
month.
you
It's
actually do the
years.
work and you heal, when you come back to the market to call yourself, okay, I'm ready to date again, and I know I can date from a healthy place. Let me tell you something. If you're not really healed, you're gonna slide back into old habits
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
because being alone is a lonely place.
Mm-hmm. But some
It
people
makes you
don't
Even
know
in a
how to be
room,
feel
even
alone.
in a room full of people, people are feeling
for
alone.
for a
You sure
and I'm
can.
speaking for a person that is not healed. It's going to be a
Mm-hmm.
lonely place, and when they're used to that dysfunction of having someone, even
Mm-hmm.
though they're not ready to have someone, having nobody is going to feel like, what
Death.
am I going to do?
Yeah, it feels like death because they go
And then you fall
desperately.
back into old
Mm-hmm.
habits and you end up.
Yep.
So I tell them, if you really about healing yourself, be ready to get yourself to a level where you're going to get a different caliber of
Mm-hmm.
men, but understand those men aren't readily available because a lot of them are already married or already got someone, and they're out of here cheating. And then
Mm-hmm.
another thing, they're working a lot because they believe in stacking their paper and getting their future ready. So if they do get a wife and some children, they can take care of them properly. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to be around like these dope dealers and these dudes that got these part-time jobs, or they going from woman to woman. They got plenty of time on their hands. That's why they're in plenty. They plentiful. But men of caliber, it's not that many.
Find somebody who's equally yoked to you too.
Yes.
Yes,
You know what
it's
my
Like,
daughter
not
likes to say?
easy.
She
stop.
always says this. She gets a lot of push like feedback from friends sometime, and they'll be like, how do you date this, and how do you get these people, like how do you get the guys that you date? She said, sweetheart, I look for men that like me.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
we date men that who don't even like us.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Woo.
don't who don't even like us for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They don't
and
even
I
like
felt that.
themselves.
I felt it when you come to like I remember like I could come to a young man I'm dating or I think I'm dating, and I'll just talk to him about my day, and I'll tell him about a problem, and he'll act like it's a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm,
that shit used to hot.
Mm.
Yeah.
That shit used to get me heated because I'm like, little nigga, I sat there and listened to all the bullshit and ray that you and your knucklehead ass friends was going through. I talked you through that shit you almost went to jail for. And I just tell
Mm-hmm.
you about a bad day I had at work and you want to act like it's a problem, you get your little
Mm-hmm.
shit and go.
mhm,
Get your little
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
garbage bag and go. And
Hefty.
don't you come back. Why you tripping? Why you gotta be a hunt?
Yeah.
Go. I don't even want to discuss it. Go. And don't you come bring your ass back.
Yeah. You gotta.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk to the person that's supposed to love me.
Exactly. Yeah.
They done got me choked up on this throat lozenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
they don't even like you.
that's a scary feeling too. Can you
Oh,
imagine being in a 3 year relationship with somebody that don't even like you?
Like, yeah, don't even
Right.
like you.
That's just biding their time
Mm-hmm.
till they find something better. Them is the worst. People that date you just because they need something to do until they find somebody that they really
Goodbye.
like.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Them is the worst. But anyway, we can go on all day about this.
Sweetie,
I
what's
just
going on
wanted
over
to.
there?
girl, I don't know what happened. I don't know what that was.
I'm about to say because
Cameron?
I ain't
Yes, ma'am.
touched nothing.
Okay.
Look, girl.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
about to say
know,
I didn't touch
right?
nothing.
Remember, we've been having spiritual things all week.
Natasha asked a while ago, can someone explain the competition component of relationships?
Where'd I go? Hold on.
It's kind of further up.
What happened?
That's a good question, and I can answer that real good because unfortunately, I married my first and only marriage. I married somebody that was in competition with me, opposed to being my helpmate, and we helping each other.
Thank you for data mining the chat for me. I'm
No
gonna find it.
problem.
Go ahead.
Oh,
But
Tracy,
yeah, but
beautiful.
that's what it. And so the competition component is like, well, it's almost instead of them feeling like, okay, my wife got this, she got our back. It's almost like a challenge. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Opposed to like, oh, my wife looking out for me. So now I
Mm-hmm.
gotta one up her, and that's what that's what the competition start. So it's always
Yeah.
like the other person will always kind of, it's like you trying to make them look bad or
Mm.
outdo them. So it's like a tug of war thing. Instead of, like I said, we pulling from the same side, so we winning together.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
the
was the point I was
competition.
making earlier is that people are competing with the person they're supposed to love and be with. One of the things I love to see is y'all know when y'all see an older couple and they dress alike. I'm talking about the real old couples where
Mm-hmm.
his suit color matches to his, and they don't have to be the same outfit, but they're color coordinated.
His tie matches her dress.
Yes, and when they speak to each other, they
It's so
speak.
lovingly.
It's like a flow to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like natural. And he makes sure she's cared for, and vice versa. What she brings to that table they always talk about,
Mm-hmm.
he don't have to
Mhm.
ask for. She gives it freely, and vice versa.
And
That's what I was talking about earlier, Natasha. When people are competing with the person they supposed to be loving,
right,
you
right.
you're up here talking about, oh, like I never understood when they said, well, he cheated on me, so I cheated on him.
Mm.
So you
Mm.
fucked yourself over twice, huh? He fucked
Right.
you over, and then you got yourself fucked over.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How was that a solution?
Mm.
Kim, can I
Instead of
can I
go
add to
ahead.
what you were saying about the elder couple? So you guys know I work in a hospital, I work in cardiology, right? So I see people that have been married for 60 years,
Yeah.
40 years, 50 years, and they do that a lot. Those older couples are like that. And I always quiz them and go, how long you been married? And they'll tell me and everything. And I always ask them, what's the key to staying married? Or what's the key to being in a relationship? And these are the two things I get the most. The one that sticks out the most is you have to remember that you love them even when you don't like them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was everything's not a fight. Sometimes it's just a
Yes.
conversation.
Yes.
I was just blown like
That goes to what Sarita said earlier. That's
Mhm.
when, because you learned that other person's love language.
Exactly.
Yes.
And when you know, like, and that even kind of ties into what we talking about. When you know that person and you learn that person's love language, it's not a competition, because
Yeah.
at this point, y'all, instead of y'all competing or even being a competition, y'all compliment each other.
Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah.
And for
hmm
somebody to see a situation and say, you know what, that's not even an argument. I'll fix
Right.
that issue myself. Or if we have issue with one another, sometimes it is we're not gonna argue about this right now. Let me
Yeah,
go
we
on
just
and
want to
sit
fix
down
it.
somewhere.
Mhm.
And then
People
when we're
forget to agree
calm,
to disagree.
yeah,
You're two
hmm
different people. You
It's the way
think
you see
differently.
it, and
You
it's the way I
function
see it.
differently.
yeah.
You're not
And
dating yourself. You're dating a whole different individual. So y'all not gonna always see eye to eye. It'd be ideal.
Yeah.
Right.
also you got to learn to
Situation.
read the signs of you not being compatible. It's nothing
Yes.
wrong to know that you're in a relationship that you shouldn't be in. It's no failure in that. It's just about recognizing the signs and
Mm-hmm.
not prolonging the inevitable. So
Right.
when I was in a relationship with a guy and I was telling you about that time we got into an argument, I was like, you know what, we heated right now, let's just chill. You go play your video games or something, and I'll go do something else, and we'll come back and talk about it later. And then when
But
I
some
brought it up later in a calm voice,
some people are
his
weird to the
response was, "Man, you gonna bring that shit up?" I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "It ain't gonna work."
but some people are weird because at that time you don't give them the right response that they want.
Want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's a powerful tool right there.
Yes,
Yep.
When you
because
learn how
some
to give people
people,
the responses that they want, they expecting you to act a fool and come unglued. You
yeah,
know what I'm
because some
saying?
people are addicted to the conflict. Some
Yeah.
people are addicted to dysfunction. There is no function in dysfunction, and you
Yep.
got a
See
lot
them.
of people that equate dysfunction or anger and dysfunction to love. Oh,
Yes.
he cares about me because he was no, he likes to
No.
argue.
I
Yeah.
gave
Talk about.
I gave my daughters a key, a little bit of wisdom when they got of age and stuff and started dating. I said, always remember that the person that you meet, that you deal with, is only as good as the last person they dealt with.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
he or she will try to do the same things they did in a previous relationship that may have worked for them there. But what you got to do is let them know it's not going to work with you. Now, either they're going to work with that or they got
yeah,
to go.
yeah,
That's true.
But you don't never have to stay anywhere with anyone to do anything that makes you uncomfortable, that makes you not feel important or valued. You don't have
yeah.
to. It's just, you don't
Because
have
you
to.
have to think about it,
Some
and
people don't
and
know how to
saying
get
like what
along.
Malika done said about competition comes from low
Yes, it
self
does.
esteem.
That's exactly.
You
Yeah.
have to be not in a right place to attack the person that should be on your side.
Mm-hmm.
If you gotta attack the person that's supposed to be on your side, it's kind of like what the country is going through right now, dividing people against each other. And y'all
Yeah.
see how the country is running right now. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mess.
It's not running. This is
If the
chaos.
person that you love, that you're in a relationship with, you're competing with them. Well, what about when an enemy comes to face y'all? What the hell? What
You
that
know, I
what that
say
look
that a lot.
what that little
I say
kid say?
that a
What the
lot.
hell? What the hell?
We don't even realize that we need each other, right? We don't
Yes.
even realize that we need each other. Yes, women have feminine and masculine energy,
Yes.
but I saw something on a live about a month or so ago where this woman said it. It was like a few women on it, and they were talking about how men discuss the masculinity in women. And she said, what y'all don't understand is y'all don't take the time to understand is that women masculine side comes out when they don't have the proper man with that masculine energy. So
Yes.
if I'm a masculine, I have a strong masculine energy. If I meet a man that's very strong and a feminine
Yep.
energy, my masculine is going to come out because
Yep.
it has to be a
Yes.
balance.
Yeah.
It has to be a balance.
Yes. To cover all those bases.
Right.
More-
So we don't have a problem when men. They keep saying, me and my daughter had this conversation not just like 2 days ago. Men always use the term of we don't submit, we don't follow, and they don't hear us when we say give us something to follow, give us something to submit. If I'm going to
Yes.
submit, I need to feel safe to do so. I need to be able to
That's
trust
what
that
it
you're going to
was.
take us in the direction that's the proper way that I go, okay. They want all of those things. They want the whole walk beside me or to the right of me or to the left or you want all of that. And when you say what you bring to the table, this is what we're saying when we say what you're bringing to the table. They're thinking about possession and material and looks and body. We're thinking about that part. We need security. We need safety. We need all of these things. And when you're sleeping
if you
with your own
notice
energy,
Marquita, I was gonna say, and that goes to, and I actually posted this because I heard a man talking about that, and a lot of men don't know the difference of submission and subservient.
Yeah, because I was saying, a lot of the things that they're asking for is actually slavery. It's not actually a relationship.
That's right.
Because the thing about it is, like we were saying earlier, when a man actually gives you or makes that bridge between you and him that makes y'all like one unit, he doesn't have to ask for you to submit.
You just do it.
Yep.
Because
And
you're a
men don't
nurturer.
understand
You're a
that
nurturer. Being a
a
nurturer
woman,
is about submitting and recognizing your role in that relationship. And what you fail to understand is sometimes the role of the woman in the relationship has a lot of masculine energy.
That's right.
Because a nurturing also comes with protection.
Yes, it does.
and
Because with
somebody was saying
nurturing,
that
there's knowledge that comes with
somebody said
nurturing.
that saying a lot of the reason why women function from masculine energy because men don't give her secure place where she could feel like she could be really functioning her feminine energy.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care if he doesn't. If he is masculine, there are going to be times I'm masculine while he's masculine. Have you ever seen a woman fight for her man?
Baby. Oh.
You want a woman that is in touch with her masculine side. Because when you getting your ass mollywopped, you want somebody that'll jump in with you. Because have y'all ever seen a black woman dead a fight? And then if she couldn't dead it, she was in that fight with him.
Yeah.
Because he was in the right.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about these knuckleheads out here shooting folks and stabbing. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about like, you got people now that's just so racist they'll attack you for no reason. But the woman jump in the fight before he do, because she know, look, I'm going to fight and then I'm going to let him clean up. I've seen it. I've done it.
Same.
I've seen a woman take on masculine energy and check a woman for her place. Get in your place. He ain't the one. If she don't have masculine energy, how she gonna do that?
Yep.
She gonna let you have to fight the girl, fight the dude. And that's why right now I seen on the news today where this man killed 4 people, 2 couples, and put them in a trunk and drove their car away, set the car on fire.
Oh no.
One man. You wish.
That's crazy.
Masculine energy in a woman will keep something in her purse.
I mean, well, it's needed.
It's gonna be a gunfight.
This masculine energy is not a bad thing.
It isn't at all. If she know how to balance it right.
When we think back to like our heritage and our history and our background, back in the days in the villages, what would happen was a mother would give birth, she nurtured that baby to like 5. Daddy come along, take that baby out there, show him how to survive and how to get it popping. Now, while he's out there with that baby, she's at home maintaining security because he can't do it at this moment.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
So I never understood, and I've gotten that from men I've dated. I'm too strong. I mean, my ex-husband used to say things to me like, "You think your dick is bigger than mine?" And I said that if you feel that way, if you feel that way, then maybe it is, and you need to work on that.
Yep.
But
that's not my issue. That's his issue.
You issue, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is like I realized my ex-husband was a confrontator. He would let things slide with things. I'd be like, no, this is not sliding. You can't, like, this is not right. So I would my masculine energy would come in I would become a nurturer, but then I'm protecting what I'm nurturing too.
Because there's a gap. You as an adult, you need to recognize gaps.
And I used to tell my ex-husband, don't you feel that you could go, you know what, my baby good out there. I may not be able to walk with her, but I know she good out there.
And I'm gonna tell you, the reason why a lot of men won't let women bask in both their feminine and masculine energy is because of their low self-esteem.
That's right.
But and then the main things that they be complaining about, a lot of it happens when she's stressing her masculine energy. You know how they had that list of things? Why can't women don't do this no more? Women don't do that no more. Women don't do because you don't want to be masculine. Because some of that shit, we got to conquer some shit for us to get to that place.
But I'm going to be honest. My answer to that when they speak like that, because I have a response for everything. Women don't do this and women don't do that. Men don't fix cars. Men don't fix. I got to hire a carpenter. I got to get an electrician. I had to pay somebody $200 to remove old TVs out of my house.
Yeah.
When you tell us what place we should be in, research the place you was in. Research where you was at, where your role was, because
Yeah.
a lot of times men want you to be in the 50s mentality,
Yeah.
because they see the visual. Because when you think about our parents and grandparents back then, when you hear the way some of the advice they gave you, like I remember somebody who didn't allow their husband to see them wake up fresh in the morning, that they would get up earlier than them. So that he
Yeah.
couldn't see her in her raw form
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's the way the things that even things my grandmother was saying, nobody's gonna want a wife like that, or nobody. And I just like simple thing. I don't like dresses. I didn't like
Yeah.
dresses growing up. No man want a woman wearing pants. He wears pants, things of
And
that
that was
nature.
all based in patriarchy.
Exactly. But
All of it.
my point is as well, if you want to live in a patriarchy society and you want that in your home, remember what was happening during that time as well. What they forget is that the men was going out there working 2 and 3 jobs, right?
Yes.
And guess what he did? He came home and put that check in mama's hands, and she
Yes.
gave him an
Because he
allowance.
knew her
She gave an
masculine
allowance,
energy of making it spread out. And
and
he
she
didn't have
gave
to want
him,
for nothing.
yeah, she gave him an allowance. He
Thank
got
you.
his little $5 or $6 for the week.
Look, yeah, so he can go
So
drink and
they
play
know what
pool.
they don't right. They don't know what they talking about. You really
We don't.
women was always running things. It may have
You know
looked
what I
like
call
in
it?
the world we weren't.
You know what I call it? And mostly the folks that live in New York and up at they wanna charge 2021 prices for a 1985 apartment.
Yeah,
You got roaches painted over on these walls, and
yeah,
you want 2021 rent. You better
yeah,
come renovate this bathroom.
yeah. It's true though. It's so
You need to
true.
burn this building down. This building is a fire hazard. I know there's some asbestos under this fourth, fifth, and sixth layer of paint you got on this
Mm-hmm.
wall. But I want to wrap it up, ladies, because I don't want to make the audience we getting on their nerves now.
I
But
don't think so. I'm looking at the what's her names
doubt
in
I'm
it.
about to say we in here
but the
fine.
levels have been up for it to be a new show here. Y'all, them folks have been in here chatting with us, and I love it.
Yeah, I see
It
it.
just
They very active.
it just warms my little fat heart. I love y'all. And these are the kind of conversations I be missing out on. Um, it's gonna be times that I'm gonna get on here and I'm just gonna rant because I know the show is ranted. But the voices of us, period. I'm gonna be having musicians on this show. I'm gonna be having comedians on this show. I'm gonna be having a whole list of different types of people on here because y'all voices are so important to me and I don't see them online. I see them sometimes, but I don't see them. It's always a celebrity attached to things, and it don't always have to be that. What I did? Did I do something?
No,
No,
I
we're
seen
just
Aisha
listening.
chuckling. I had to catch Aisha sometime,
We're
but
just listening.
I'm smiling. I'm not even chuckling.
no, that's
oh,
that devious scorpion thing over
is
there.
she
You see that?
flirting? Are
No,
you still flirting?
No,
no,
Where her
no,
brother at? Let me
no,
scroll and
no.
find out
That
where
was
her
all
brother
good
at.
love and with respect. He
He
got a
gone. No,
family.
I know that was all just fun.
Yes,
I just
I,
making
re-
sure somebody else
respect.
brother ain't
I
came in the
respect
room.
boundaries, but if you got another brother,
Okay. She said, "You got another brother."
that's
Ooh.
single. No.
I am sick. No,
somebody go pour some water on Aisha.
I ain't hot.
I'm here about this tomorrow.
Yes, you are a little fast
Oh
tail.
no, I ain't hot.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
cool. I'm cool. Chilling.
Chilling like a villain. But
Yes.
I want to thank y'all so much for coming on here and discussing these things with me. A lot of people thought this was just going to be about sex, like laying in the bed
Yeah.
sex. But people don't understand that sex starts way before you make it to the bed. Sex goes way bigger than just genitalia. Sex is way bigger than stereotypes that they tell us what sex means and what it's about. It's a lot of things that go on in that. And a lot of people will find a whole lot better if they really just open their minds and stop taking other people's idea of what sex is or what they
Right.
see. Sometimes it's something that you got to figure out and find out for yourself, and what makes you happy and what makes you feel good inside, not just inside your hot pocket, but inside. Just and then also exploring other people. It's a lot of people out here. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these things that people be requesting, they are just cries for help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't.
That they know that there's love out there. They
Mm-hmm.
know that there's love within themselves, but they don't know how to bring it together, even for themselves, before they share it with others. And that's why I tell them all the time. I be looking at people in these relationships that they think that all that relationship goals. I be like, that ain't no relationship goal.
Nope.
And then they come to me on some, you just bitter because you ain't got no man. And then that same person I told you wasn't relationship goals right now is arguing on social media. They can't stand each other because I be trying to point out to them things that has nothing to do with relationship.
Yeah.
Them being
I,
dressed alike and having a baby and getting married has nothing to do with relationship
That's
goals.
all for show.
yeah. Stop looking
It's
at
the
other people's
production.
goals.
Yes,
Like,
it's like a march that they do. It's like a step, pomp and circumstance that they do
Come on.
to get
Y'all
all the
know the
likes
old.
and the energy going on online. But then when all that fades and you put that phone down and you put it on the charger, can you even deal with one another?
mm-hmm.
I
Listen.
sat there and I watched a lot of them couples. They don't even know how to talk to each other. And then on top of them, before they got married or before they were dating or whatever, they didn't even know how to talk to other people. They online all day arguing with people just because you two come together because you like each other. Like one of the things, what is that relationship? Who is that? Chloe, not Chloe, the older
Safari and
sister.
Erica
No,
Mint, that's a good example right there.
that was a hot mess. I was like, why is they even getting married? I was like, they don't even really know each other.
Exactly.
I was like, they look cute together. Don't get me wrong, they cute because she's beautiful and he is hilarious.
But she's broken.
But
he's insecure.
She's been through so much, and then he's broken too because he came off of a relationship of a woman that didn't even want to claim him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
He was second fiddle to her. They was never equals. He was second fiddle to her.
Oh yeah, he was dating Nicki Minaj.
Yeah. And she always treated him like he was a butler, like he was, the help. That's the way, that was the energy they gave. Now, I don't know what was going on behind closed doors, but the energy they gave off like he was not her equal. They were not equally yoked. And then turn around. Yeah. And then turn around. Huh?
I just want to know who he's talking about.
Okay, yeah. And then you have other relationships where they're just fresh out of one and into another. Jennifer Lopez. That was crazy. That's crazy.
Just to
comment, you're about to get married now. You're dating.
Just to let you know something about Safari. He's a low vibrational Cancer man. They're very selfish.
Yeah,
very selfish.
No, I thought he was sad. I thought he was a Sag.
I don't know. I think he's a Cancer.
I thought he was a Sag and Minna's she's a Scorpio. So
he
devoured him.
Yeah, but he went after a conquest he shouldn't even went after. He should have left her alone.
Yep.
He should have left her alone.
Talking about the girl he with now, he was with, got married to.
Yeah, they were on a show together, and he just what did Aisha say she didn't like? It just in her face. And then she finally gave in and dated him, and look at this, 2 children later.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
And just I read some of the things she was saying, and they weren't out of the ordinary. She wasn't asking for too much. So it was kind of heartbreaking to hear her say, and I'm not saying she's so innocent or anybody's innocent, because the relationship is a two-way street. Absolutely. But you want to at least, have when you're having problems that you're each trying hard on both ends, trying to fix things. And that's not what was happening.
4th of July, baby.
Huh?
Safari's a Cancer man. He's born in July.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought he was sad.
he acts like it. He acts like it.
He puts
especially when he goes in his Jamaican dialect. That boy be Sagittarius all day.
It might be a rising for him.
Yeah.
He might have a Sagittarius rising.
Okay.
But no, I wasn't saying that Erica was any better because she don't know how to deal with certain things either. That's what I was saying about earlier, that they be arguing.
But you look
like on Erica's end, she's not good with relationships with women either. No. So then you come into a relationship with a man that's dealt with where he didn't have a voice in his last relationship too much. He's gonna clown now that he's the husband. So that was not a good pairing. You got to see some of these signs. And a lot of these people getting in relationships now do not see these signs. And
they see them.
They see them. They don't. They
think they can make.
They ignore them. Exactly.
They can change things. Or
No, but some of the things they don't see. They don't see the outcome of ignoring those signs.
right.
And so they end up where they are. And that's why I be like, a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these people, just normal people, I be seeing them like, that wedding is expensive. And then you look at how they handled themselves before the wedding or before they even met. Go back on their Facebooks of ways.
Girl,
They was
no, I
clowning
had to show
and acting a
on their
mess.
married day. Speaking of Safari and Erica, I was like, and y'all still gonna walk down the aisle?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that was like the same thing for me and Ray J and Princess. I was like, if you ever had to throw a woman in the water, if you ever had to throw a woman in the water to get her away from you, and vice versa, a man had to throw you in the water to get away from you, that is not the person to marry. That is a red flag with blood red trim, with a red stick holding it up.
That's that money though too.
It don't get no
That's
redder.
that money. That's them views. That's that, you know.
The publicist saying, "Hey, this gonna work."
Yeah. So my thing is this. My thing is this, and I really got to close up because we start talking about these celebrities. It's gonna be a mess because they live their circus in our face and act like we don't know. But thank y'all, ladies, for coming.
Wait, hold up.
Before we go
ahead, Sarita.
One thing.
Hold on, Sarita.
This book
I was
right
saying,
here,
Aisha.
huh?
You railroad.
No, it's okay.
No, her book. She heard me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This book right here.
Keep it still. Okay.
It's our Bible.
This book right here.
It's our Bible. I can't get mine.
For
it's
women
over there.
that's healing.
Yeah.
It's over there.
This book.
Who's the buy? Keep it still.
Queen Afua.
It's by Queen
Afua.
Oh, Afua.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great book.
As you see, we all had it. This was key in our
mine is over here in my bag because I had it at work with me today.
It's an amazing book. It's going to help you. Auntie Kim, we just want to thank you. You actually.
Hold on.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
We're here.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Okay. Yes. Go ahead. I found out what it was that does that. When I go to a new tab, it closes out the sound on my mic. Go ahead, Sarita. I'm sorry.
We just want to thank you for inviting us. The first time that you invited us, it really sparked something. And we're actually going to be starting our own podcast. And we're going to be talking about, our
y'all three. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Y'all three.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Yes.
No, seriously, thank you.
Yes, yeah. You definitely that night that
you don't know what you did, man.
I love y'all.
Yeah, you don't
get us to crying, man.
For real.
No, you don't know what you did, Auntie. You do not know what you did because that first night when we came on here, the next day we all, we all started talking.
My mic turned up. Let me close that.
Make me cry. Jesus Christ, stop
okay.
Kim, you're gonna make me cry.
I know, right?
Right.
Literally, that you pairing us. You pairing us like it's been a trend ever since. Like we talked the next day for like 5 hours.
We've been talking ever since, every day.
Hold on.
Middle of the night.
Oh, can she not hear us?
Wait, let me see.
No.
Hold on, my mic cutting up again. Okay. Go ahead.
But
no, we've been talking every day since.
Y'all got me crying like a little bitch.
No,
I mean, we've been emotional. We were emotional the day after because of the energy, and it's just this was predestined. And now that, but we
so many
needed
spiritual
each other.
signs. We've been seeing so many spiritual signs. This is the right thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Tell her what we named ourselves.
Come on with it.
The spiritual view.
We have a logo.
We will be talking everything, with from our business, our herbs, the spiritual journey. We're going to be helping people, and you did that, Auntie Kim. You did that
because there's power in numbers.
Yes,
it is.
So I just want to thank you because after that night, you really changed. Like we could not
Don't be
sleep.
laughing at me, Marquita.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm trying to stop
Yes,
from crying. You got me seeing.
we really appreciate. I appreciate you because like I didn't think I was gonna connect because we know each other. We knew each other, but we didn't know each other.
Right.
And once we
But
all
do y'all
started
see?
talking,
We see what you saw.
Could y'all give me 1 minute? Could y'all give me 1 second? I'll be right back because I gotta show you something that time. Y'all could talk while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, well, I guess we
She
can
did that. We talk amongst ourselves.
We
Right.
are in the process of
That
getting
Aisha.
our stuff set up, but we are planning to premiere on October. I believe it's October the 1st.
Yes.
Which
next
is next Friday.
Mhm.
We'll have out like promotional stuff to let you guys know like a good time. And I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm
Okay. My mama gave me this some years ago. I'm gonna read it to y'all.
okay.
Hold on, let me take my glass off. It says, Kim, ruler, subject of God, ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name, worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Psalms 29:2. Birth order fourth. I'm the fourth child. Spiritual significance includes everyone. Spiritual purpose in relation to siblings. You are the one to set up the spiritual banner for all to come under. There will be many spiritual battles to fight and wars to win, and when they shall under the banner of Jehovah Nisi. In other words, my mom, and she explained to me, she said, Kim, you're the one that brings people together. And that is when I was telling y'all about my spiritual journey. Some of the people in the Bible were celibate because their purpose would be dimmed or their light would be dimmed anytime you deal with sexual things. It diminishes your purpose. And my purpose is to bring people together. I don't doubt that. And so this right here, again, the reason why I would cry like a little bitch is because when it comes together for good,
I know, Aisha.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to cry. You see them?
It's over. I'm gonna go later and cry in the car in the parking lot.
I'm gonna cry more.
y'all.
I'm gonna do the ugly cry once we get off.
And you know
Y'all don't know how proud I am. I am so proud.
Let me just tell you, Kim, we just had this conversation yesterday, but when the last time we all cried and how we've become emotional since we spiritual. Damn it, Kim.
I better be one of the guests on that show.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say that. I think we're gonna discuss it, but our first show is pretty much gonna be introductory. But we should have you as our first guest.
Yes.
This was your.
Because you did it. You sparked it. Because you said the mind, body, and soul. I think what was it?
Mind, body, and soul.
It. When you said that,
everybody, boom, boom, boom. We was just
when
like,
you
whoa.
said that,
over so many bases because I said it, and trust me. I remember I was supposed to do my podcast some months back, but it wasn't time. And then I was like, well, what am I going to do for my first show? And I was like, these three young ladies, they're doing the same thing, but differently. So they cover different things. So I was like, that would be best to have all three of them on and let them kind of, and then when you came on here, y'all would let me know y'all was already talking to one another. But to do it on this type of medium, there's so much noise out there.
Yeah.
We need some people that are in tune with themselves and that are harmonic
and we're
are in harmony with one another. That is awesome.
And learning.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So we just wanted to thank you so
very much. We genuinely and we love you.
Can I say something else? I also noticed. Look at each one of y'all backgrounds. I'm gonna do it again. I'm sorry. It just feels that way. Marquita, explain what you got behind you.
Oh, this is the crescent moon and star in the universe.
What you got behind you, Sarita?
You know, I got my book.
That's light, the green, the life.
This is my
that's Earth. That's life.
That's Earth right here.
Yes, that's life. And look, fire. Y'all ever watch The Fifth Element? Y'all ever watch Fifth Element? The stones. Look at Aisha.
See, hold up, Auntie Kim.
She keep doing this.
You play more in tune.
Doing this to us.
You way more in tune.
Yes, she
Yeah,
is.
you way more in tune than what you think.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Well,
So
I
you
pay
just said
attention
that-
to stuff. I'm really nosy. I'm nosy because I'm
Yeah.
already going to find out what that is.
Yeah, you
Purple
were
behind her.
asking about the meaning of my candles earlier.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the white candle means purity, peace, truth, and hope. Black is
Okay.
protection and stability.
Protection.
Yeah.
The orange one is joy, energy, and success. The yellow one is clarity, manifestation, and creativity. And the green, wait.
I think you got a green one there.
Red is wait.
I see the red one right there, and then the green right in front.
Right in front of
That's
it.
white.
Is it?
Oh no, that's the other one is pink, harmony and self-love.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have white. I had the white, black, yellow, purple, and pink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad this is happening. I need that, and I'm gonna be watching. Just don't do it on Friday nights. Thank you.
We're thinking about doing it on Fridays. We just need to find a time.
Well, don't clash with me because I need to be there. I need to be in the audience.
Right. We got to bring her in. So.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But even when I'm not on the show, I want to be able to be in the audience.
Okay.
Because Friday night,
we gotta go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out the best timing for us because of getting the show together.
Because Saturday nights, everybody's out drinking.
Everybody's gone, right? And it's Sunday, everybody's recovering to go to work.
So that would be a good night because people are kind of sitting back and relaxing.
We said
because they can't go nowhere because they got to go somewhere Monday.
We initially said Sunday.
We said Sunday,
and so do it early enough Sunday where and then have your school clothes ready before your show. You know how you lay out your school.
Did she say your school clothes?
Yes.
Yes, she did. So that's pretty.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, have your work clothes, put off to the side and ready, and have your lunch.
I'm the only one still attached to the system.
Oh, we gonna have to get you up out of there.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I need to call you anyway, Marquita, because I had to ask you questions.
Yes. Okay.
About that retirement plan you was talking about the other day.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I got luckily we got our contract, so this contract I'll be I'll close out my 25 years.
So they're gonna let you finish without pushing you to jab?
Oh no, I have to jab. Otherwise I'm out. I lose I lose the 2024. I start my 25th in December. I lose everything if I.
That's wild.
No pension,
crazy.
No unemployment, no PTO, nothing. I literally would just walk away. Nothing. I'd have
so you got a jab.
And I don't like that they're forcing it. Like my thing's to each his own. Me personally, I did.
Y'all would not let me in this show, will you? Do we need to go another hour?
No, we're gonna end it. We're about to end it.
Okay, because these people are still here. If you want to go another hour, we can.
Ask the people if they want us to
ask them what they want.
Oh, wait, okay. So people in the comments are saying Thursday night.
Oh, they want us to do Thursday? I don't mind Thursday.
I was thinking Thursday. I don't mind
Thursday.
That's not bad. I could be there.
I could do a Thursday night.
I can do Thursday, yeah.
All right, Thursday sounds good. I can work with Thursday.
Okay, go ahead, Aisha. I'm sorry.
So, Patrick, make sure y'all just look out for the promotional stuff.
It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Let me know if you need me to make the commercials.
But I was gonna say, like I respect people's decisions,
their choice,
yeah.
their choices. I don't like the forcing of it. For me, a lot of people know I deal with lupus, so I felt like it was in my best interest because I deal with pleurisy. I already have issues with my lung. My lungs are only functioning at 75%, and I'm 43.
Yeah.
So you don't.
So it was for what I mean, and that's something that attacks the lungs. However, also I was in school learning about the mRNA and things like that. So when I did my research, one thing I always edge people, even with the things that we present to you, we present it to you so you can do further research for yourself.
Yeah.
That's important with anything.
Yeah. That's what anything
resonate with you. Do further research for yourself.
Right.
Marquita, I hate that for you.
Because I literally last year they asked us voluntarily to test for antibodies. I tested negative, which means I didn't come in contact with it. I didn't have any antibodies. I wasn't testing, but I've still been functioning as if I'm on the quarantine. They have me test weekly. Every test I have taken is negative. Every single one has been negative. So I just feel like if I'm not doing anything that's detrimental to other people, but then I don't know. I can't.
But you got to think of it like this one, because I was on the fence too. You could be doing everything right, but you got some people
Somebody else is
don't
a
entitled
reckless
out here that's running amok and spreading this like wildfire. Because those are the people that,
and that's why they're
really,
pressuring
Yeah.
everybody else to get that.
and it's unfortunate because they're
Well,
doing it for everybody.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Marquita. I hate that for you, baby.
I do too.
Me too.
Pushing you into that corner
I've been
like
so
that.
emotional. I have barely been sleeping.
Well, what
for
about
months.
just one jib jab? Can you just one jib jab and they'll let you keep it? Or you gotta take all of it?
No, I gotta do both.
Okay, closing the show out. Oh shit.
However, this is how I'm coping with this, because for a long time I was making myself sick. During COVID quarantine, I gained 45 pounds back from that 100 I lost, right? Because you can't go to the gym unless you're vaccinated. You can't do anything. You can't.
Well, yeah, y'all in the city.
So I was like, you know what? Right. So I said, you know what? I just gotta go clean. I gotta go back to clean. Like, so.
Yeah.
My eyeballs still sweating.
All right.
Yeah.
We love you, Kimmy. We love you.
You
don't know how many lives you touched in the past 7 years we known you.
Yeah.
I just want to say this too. Please support me. I'm doing Ladies of Lyrics. Coming in, it should be starting in December, hopefully. This is where I'm taking young ladies who rap and I'm giving them a platform, and we're giving them prizes and everything, and they're about to start the boot camp.
That's without saying, because you know real music, and that's one thing. I'm always in your comments like, yes.
You see how the myriad of types of rap I'm going to be doing that soon. So y'all please support me on that, because these young ladies need your support as well, because they're in this industry and all they're doing is dumping music left and right because nobody's supporting them, and they're trying to do it any way they can. But I'm bringing them to the business side of things, and we're trying to put together a whole collective of them. So y'all look out for the Laser Lyrics that I'm going to be doing soon. Make sure that you still support Omar's Herbals. Come on, y'all support y'all. Post your stuff. Tell me what you got.
Oh, wait, before we go there, we just want to also let you know that during these discussions we had, we decided to focus on what we initially decided to focus on. So I recently posted up, if anyone's following Omar's Herbals on IG, it's Omar's Herbals. On Instagram and on Facebook, it's Omar's Herbals as well. I'm eliminating some of the products that I have that I don't find the pleasure in, that people have asked me to just make. So my focus is going to be moving forward. I still have giftings and things of that nature, but it'll be very limited in stock, right? A lot of stuff will be custom requested, but my main focus will be hair growth, skincare, and herbal teas.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
People don't understand, when you're doing a business, sometimes it is better to stream it down and focus on certain things to make it the best. Okay, go ahead, Miss Violet Empress.
Well, I will be more focused on spirituality and, still healing the body. I'm still focused on that. But I ain't doing my waxes no more. That's pretty much it. I ain't doing no more candle waxes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You got any left that I can buy?
No.
Dag nabbit. Okay, moving on to Miss Moon Dips before she dips up out of here.
I've been doing good.
She's not changing nothing. She's
doing good. Right. But no, I'm pretty much going to focus on the body. So things more or less like relaxation of the body. So my body soaps and things like that. So I mean, I'll still have my other things, but I'll have body stuff for sure.
Okay, so y'all pick up from these ladies, keep them in business, please, and please watch their show. Name of your show is
The Spiritual View.
The Spiritual View.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's just music to my ears. Let me hurry before I get off of here before I start crying again.
Right. Come on now.
We love you,
on my nerves, but I love y'all. But thank y'all so much, everybody. I'm telling you, we kept a steady audience. It's not huge, but it's a steady audience, and they did not leave. And they've been hanging on our words, and I thank y'all for that. And Auntie Kim is gonna be here every Friday. I feel like it. I'm gonna put it to you like that. Because some Fridays I don't feel like it. But every Friday I feel like it. I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be on here with somebody, or I'm gonna be here by myself ranting, because that's what this is. Ranted. And I'm gonna do it. So thanks again, y'all. Everybody have a good night. Be safe.
You
Take
do the
care of
same, all
yourself.
right?
And I
All
love
right.
you all.
All right,
Good
guys.
night. Bye bye,
I'll
y'all.
talk
Thank
to
you
you
so
later
much.
tomorrow.
Thank y'all.